What's up, guys? My name is Ted DarkClaw, and with me, as always, is the Black Knight. And together, combined, not only are we the co-hosts of this show is Hella Dope, but we're also the co-owners of helladopetoys.com, where you can buy the hottest action figures around at a really good price, and then we'll ship it real quick. And you know how I know that? Because I have like 27 boxes right next to me off camera that are stacked up super high. We pack those in a jiffy there, like a real packing session. And all those are going out tomorrow for you. So thank you to everybody that has supported us today because y'all been blowing us up. Aaron, how the hell you doing?
Dude, good. I've been lazy as shit. Haven't done anything all day. Except, I mean, I've done behind the scenes stuff, but I've been on my couch, just doing nothing. Nice week of vacay. Went to a concert, so back from that. Yeah.
Yeah. So last week you were missing in action, and I was left here all alone to hold down the Hella Dope fort. And the first day it was whatever. Man, after like day 3, 4, 5, not seeing, I was starting to get a little lonely. Man, I had to join in on other people's live streams, and it just wasn't the same. So, how was your amazing 4-day event last week?
Hot. It was very hot.
So hot.
It was. But it was good, man. Kiss just killed the show Saturday night. Foo Fighters, they did their thing Sunday. A couple good bands in between. I didn't get to see all of the punk bands that Mrs. DarkClaw wanted me to see because
she was very mad about that.
It's a timing thing,
It's fair.
But we were there. It was a good time. Can't complain.
Cool.
Back to work.
Yeah, back to work, man. And now we're back. So we're not here last week, but we are here now, and we're back for the foreseeable future. Yes. But tonight we're talking about a couple things. One, we're talking about our predictions for Toy of the Year. And then we brought a mystery guest along. And I know people have been blowing me up. They're like, who's the guest? You going to tell me who the guest is? And tight lips, man. Tight lips from me. So I guess we can bring him in, right?
I suppose so.
So our guest probably puts in more hours on a live stream in 1 week than we will an entire year.
Yep.
You all know him. You all love him. We would like to welcome Mr. Jeremy J. Jeremy, how the hell are you doing?
Oh, hello, gentlemen.
How are we? No, he didn't know he was going to be the mystery guest. We just pulled him in.
Yeah. I got a DM 90 seconds ago about this. So, didn't have much else going on. So here I am.
Yeah. So I want to give you a fun fact, Jeremy. As of right now, you have effectively been on our show more than any other guest. You were tied with Frank from Realm of Toys. But as of right now, you have made more appearances on this channel than anybody else aside from Aaron and I. So congratulations, sir. You hold the title right now.
I feel like there should be like a working man's title for that, right? Like the IC strap, somebody who puts in the most work here. So maybe you guys could get that moving along.
Yeah, we'll talk to management in the back. We'll work that up.
No, because if we give Jeremy a belt, the second he has to give it up, he's going to go onto another channel and drop it into a trash can.
Thinking.
Hey man, Alundra Blaze is by far the longest reigning champion of all time.
Cup of coffee in the morning. Cup of coffee. Yeah, dig it.
That's the wrong show. This is not the wrestling show.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm always thinking about wrestling, man.
We just pulled him in. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, what are we talking about?
He was just sitting on his couch.
Are we talking about action figures? Or are we talking about the festivities of Joseph that's coming up. What's the topic tonight?
Hey, now we can dabble into your exciting upcoming weekend because I imagine what we're going to go through is going to take up too much time.
Okay.
Tonight, we are talking about our hella dope predictions for Toy of the Year because Aaron and I like to believe that we're psychic. You know, in the business, we're seeing what's moving, we're seeing what's hot, we hear what the people are clamoring for. So we like to think that we might know better than other people, but we'll find out at the end of the year on December 31st when everybody
honestly you could, you know, based off of, you know, pre-orders from helladopetoys.com, you could make an accurate prediction as, you know, industry insiders, right, what the hottest products of 2023 are going to be.
Yeah. We're gonna be wrong either way it goes.
We're gonna be so wrong.
we might get 1 of 10.
Yeah, I was actually shooting for 30%, but we'll see. But we do.
I mean, based on the list we talked about earlier, I mean, we could probably nail a solid 3 out of 10.
There's a few in there. Jeremy does not know anything on this list. Jeremy is an innocent bystander here, and he's just going to give his input on our bullshit. So.
Yeah, and honestly, Ted, if I can cut in,
go ahead.
On so we do have a loose but complete coming up tomorrow. Sorry, let me shamelessly plug my show, but there's going to be a LBC tomorrow after the big HasLab announcement, and we're going to have analog toys there as well. And then we won't be doing a show until after we return from Joe Fest. But what Ryan and I are going to be doing is very similar to what you guys are talking about right now. Except Ryan and I are going to be doing our top picks of 2023 so far, since we're at the halfway mark. So I may give a little preview of you know, some of my top picks in hand so far, and maybe one that I don't have in hand just yet, but I'm safe in the knowledge that I will have it because I ordered it from helladopetoys.com.
Actually, it's yours specifically is sitting right here.
Is it in the box?
I'm like on here. I'll grab it.
Let's go grab it. While he's doing that, I'm going to pop up this question from the chat because this is a very important question that needs to be answered immediately.
Okay. Inquiring minds want to know.
Jonathan, aka Radnom, as we like to call him, would love to know, what are we sipping on today?
What are we sipping on today?
Yes. What are we sippings on? Sir, I'll start with you.
Sure. I am sipping on Coors Light, also known as Colorado Kool-Aid, from a Super Mario pint glass. Now, I would have been sipping on this particular libation from my one-of-a-kind helladopetoys.com mug, but I utilized it so much over the weekend that it's sitting by the sink. It has to be washed right now. Hand washed, yes, not machine washed. Okay. So if you do find yourself in the prestigious Helladope Mug Club, remember that. Hand wash, not machine wash. Okay.
Exactly. Mr. DarkClaw, what are you sipping on?
Oh, well, so you weren't here last week. I guess neither was I. I was hanging out with Ed over on his new show, Mr. Axion Figs. We'll talk about more of that in a little bit. But Ed, feel free to shamelessly plug your link in the chat whenever you want. You have that power. But in honor of you, I'm sipping on some orange alcoholic Mountain Dew. I don't remember what this one's called, but there was a tiger on it.
So I saw those at Walmart a couple of days ago. I was intrigued, not to the point where I made a purchase, but I was intrigued, right? Because you got to think about that line from Talladega Nights, right? You can literally get all jacked up on Mountain Dew. You know, you could for real, you know, scissor kick somebody in the back of the head while you're jacked up on Mountain Dew. So, you know, it may turn into a Four Loko situation as well, right? Where there's like
not as exciting.
I'll pitch in my story in just a moment.
Where there's just enough booze in there to get you to formulate bad ideas, and there's just enough energy drink in there for you to follow through.
This sadly has no caffeine or sugar. It's just
it's just booze.
It's
just carbonated booze.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not as exciting as what I thought it was. This orange one also isn't the best. that Taco Bell flavor. What's that called?
The
Baja Blast.
Yeah, the Baja Blast one is
Yeah.
actually pretty good. And the regular one tastes just like regular Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am not going to be getting amped up and throwing anybody through tables tonight or anything like that. I'm gonna
That's
just
tomorrow.
sip this, and then always got the side piece.
There you go. There you go.
Was
You
this
need to-
one canceled? I don't know.
You got to have that chaser, man. Tried and true. Tried and true. We used to, if I can get into a little bit of a story, not tell the whole thing, but when I was stationed at Fort Hood, my platoon, we would have Four Loko Fridays, where we would meet up at somebody's house, and that was the intent, was to get jacked up on Four Loko. And some of the stuff that happened after that was just like, I'm amazed that nobody wound up getting arrested. It was absolutely crazy.
I can only imagine.
So, Aaron, I was away for a brief 15 seconds, but I don't know if you were asked. What is it that you do be sipping on?
Oh, what? No, I have not been asked yet.
Oh well, actually, let me formally ask you. me. What you sipping on?
Well, since it's the first time I've been sipping out of the old trusty Hello mug, inside the mug today is just Gatorade, really. Keep hydrated. Kind of like Brondo. Is what plants crave. Yeah. But the side piece today is indeed Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Ooh. Okay. Now yes. I feel left out. I wish I would have got like a briefing about this beforehand, but
it's bad because I went to the store and they had like a rebate, like you buy 3, you get $3 off. So really, I bought 3 and only got 1 free, kind of deal.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, shit, I drank all 3 of these yesterday. I'm like, shit, now I need something for the show. So I bought 3 more. And like I drank 2, I'm like, damn, I gotta save this last one. So I like stored it away in like the one spot behind like all the milk. So I'd be pissed when I have to dig it out later.
Yeah.
But it's saved. It's ready for the show. But yes, the Baja Blast, like Ted said, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my personal favorite. I actually prefer the regular Mountain Dew because it gives you that like regular Mountain Dew like taste. But then after you're done drinking it and you're like 30 minutes later, you're like, I'm kind of messed up right now.
Yeah. The big question is with this particular version of Baja Blast, right? Would you eat a cheesy gordita crunch with that?
Oh yeah.
Would they pair together well?
Oh, absolutely.
Like some like really, really fancy people, right? They have a wine pairing with their particular meal, right? So we could say with some authority, right, that the Mountain Dew Booze Baja Blast will pair with the cheesy gordita crunch.
The cheesy gordita, it goes well with the chalupa. I mean, you just pick your flavor; it's good either way.
Hey, on a side note, because I did trek all the way across the room to fetch it, but like Jeremy, this belongs to you. Now, you're a man of patience. I am not. I would have said, "Hey, send that to me right now." But you want to wait for both this and Fei Long.
Yes,
I don't know
sir.
I don't remember if you've ordered a Chun-Li or not. But
no, I actually need to go to Helladope before the weekend's out. I need to pre-order Chun-Li, and I need to get a couple of gargoyles things from you as well.
Well, we loaded up on the Chun-Li's because, man, these things flew to the point where right now we don't have any pre-orders available. And while I physically have them in hand, everything in hand is going out to customers that have already pre-ordered them, which makes me very sad because, oh boy. But this is going to go right here.
Okay.
Right there, special Jeremy spot.
Would you mind maybe kissing
licking
it, maybe like give it a like tell them a bedtime story, before you turn the lights out?
Yeah, no, I'll sleep with it. It's fine.
No, he'll literally sleep.
No, that's fine. It's fine. No, I got
Just
you.
ignore the little dents in the package. It's fine.
Right. Yeah. I'm really,
You're
really.
safe here.
I've been anticipating that getting that figure in hand for a long time now. Seeing some of the figure photography and just the reviews about the articulation and what that figure is capable of doing. So, but
And the price is just great. Like
yeah, with the hands, with the effects, all that stuff at $24.99, can't beat it. But good things are worth waiting for. And like I said, I always support people within the community, right? So I did have the opportunity to get one quicker, but like I said, I'm loyal to a fault, so I did not cancel my Helladope pre-order, right? I'm in it to win it, man. I'm here for the long haul.
We appreciate that, and you know what, like it is literally people like you, and there's a community of the people in the chat. They're the same thing. You know, we something goes up and we get messages saying, hey, when are you getting this? We're ordering this from you guys, and we are honored and we appreciate that, because we know, you know, like you said, you could cancel the pre-order and just go grab it right now. Not a big deal. But like that means the world to us. You know, it's weird. It's weird. It's something we're still getting used to. Is like, oh, when are you guys getting this? Because I'm buying it from you, and we're just honored because there's so many options. There's so many options.
Right.
Yeah. Buy from anywhere. So Jeremy, I do want to give you an opportunity to talk about some of the things you got going on, because you got Joe Fest going up. You got a lot of shows going on. Before we do that, though, I think we need to check in with the chat.
Sure thing.
We'll follow up with Jeremy in this exciting week, and then talk about some of these predictions.
Indeed. Who we got in here? The Teflon. How you doing? He's with someone special.
Guess who I'm with? Is it Pamela Henderson? Is that
dude? I've met her and her twin sister.
Rosie Palms.
I just have Jennifer Lopez.
You get
burritos.
Jennifer, oh my god. That's what this show's turned into now.
Okay, well, look, I'm waiting with bated breath.
I think I know who he's with. He has a mystery guest as well.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if he spoils it here in this chat, but
all right. Axion Figs, let's go. Another Sunday.
That's the spoiler.
Yeah, we went. We done went.
Who else? Jesus Christ. Damon, how you doing? He has 3 contenders ready for the top list of 23 later. I think I have that starred, so I'll be interested to read that out to the chat.
Okay, cool.
The people are showing some love to the G.I. Joe, rocking the roadblock. You know,
yep.
I show the love where I can.
Yep, that's a nice one right there. I love the vintage card art stuff. It looks great.
Yeah, you know, when you have a nice like tight-knit group for friends that we have, like birthdays and Christmas, you know, I always got like some hype of a shirt, some sort. Whether it's like a Marvel or, you know, just something. It's always a cool t-shirt. It's never just like, oh, hey, this shitty ass shirt, wear this. Like, no, it's always something that you know I'm going to wear.
Yeah, it's always nice to have people around you that are accepting of this very niche hobby that we all enjoy here. That's when I knew that I was going to marry my wife, when the first birthday that I had while we were dating, as a joke, she got me a Minton card, Jar Jar Binks, because she knows how much I hate Jar Jar Binks, right? But seeing as how she was willing to add to the collection, I was like, "Yep, we gotta make this a thing. I gotta lock that down."
Yeah, I mean, you talking about the Sith Lord, like Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, the fan theory,
the true Sith Lord,
right?
Cutthroat Comics, how you doing? Welcome. We are doing great over here.
Hello,
Chris.
Chris.
More love to the G.I. Joe shirt. You know, I appreciate it.
It's a good week for that shirt, sir.
You know, honestly, I didn't. I thought it was today or like this weekend, and then I'm completely wrong. I just grabbed the shirt. Like, I'll just put this on today.
Yeah, no, Joe Fest is coming. You're just getting these people all fired up, man.
That's right.
I mean,
I'm sorry, Valicon is coming.
but what day isn't a good day to rock some Joe apparel, man? Honestly,
True. This is the only one that I have. So if y'all want to fix that, you're just sending me some new GI Joe shirts, extra large. Jeff, how you doing, man? Good seeing you. It's gonna be.
Can do.
Yeah, we can totally do that. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
A lot of us is also interested to see what Hasbro has to offer tomorrow, especially with Valiverse's announcement of their new vehicle. So,
yeah, so that's going to be interesting to see what their offering is. Right, we know it's going to be Joe, and to see what the price point is going to be on Monday. And then later this weekend at Joe Fest, right, Bobby's going to, do some reveals of the vehicle and the price point and all of that stuff. So it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Between Mattel Creations blowing up damn ring out the water with that price, and the last HasLab didn't go through. I just don't know. They're gonna have to hit this one like right in the sweet spot, like to really win this over.
Yeah, I mean, well, they're batting 1,000 for Joe HasLabs, right? I know the Engine of Vengeance and Cookie Monster weren't so popular, but as far as Joe is concerned, I don't know. We got to see. I have my theories. I believe it's going to be the classified scale All Striker, and then what, as far as that comes with, and all of its, if it's going to have electronics and the rest of that stuff, I guess we'll see tomorrow. But that's my pregame prediction right now, is that it's going to be a classified All Striker.
I mean, that's not a bad prediction. I mean, Hasbro and their billionaire minds, they're like, I think they're on to us. Let's switch it up real quick.
Right.
We'll see. What's that? Is that at noon?
I got to check the time. I honestly don't know.
Okay, well, we'll figure that out.
I rely on Ryan for most of that information. So I sent him a DM. Hey, when's this happening? And he's like, the information is available on the internet. I'm like, cool. What time is it happening?
Right. I'm talking to you right now, though. Cutthroat also says, I'd like to ask Jeremy how the first episode that he did on Chad's channel went. Joe's talking Joe's.
Right. So for anybody out there, if this is new information, it's Chad and I, the artist formerly known as Articulated Chad. It's Chad and I are doing a bi-weekly or every 2-week show where we take our perspective and experience as modern day combat vets, and then apply that to GI Joe lore, more specifically how the missions are conducted, and things that happen along the way while they're in the field, right, actioning targets and stuff. So I think it's going to be a really, really cool discussion. And then at the same time, we're trying to get like this book club vibe together, right, where we announce the story that we're going to be covering, and then everybody that's tuning into the show, you do your reading in the in the off time, and then when the show goes live, everybody's interactive in the chat, and talking about what we've all read. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. The first episode was received very, very well. We didn't do any lore whatsoever. It was mainly just a introduction into who Chad and I are, and some of our experiences and stuff. But it was still a really, really good time. Everybody was super positive in the comments. Looking forward to the next installment. So yeah, it's going to be great, and I know that it's Chad and I are really excited about it.
And now, is that weekly? Is that bi-weekly? And
every other Monday.
Okay,
right. So this is an off Monday coming up, and then it's going to be a little close to coming home from Joe Fest next Monday. So it's Chad and I need to have a conversation about that. But we'll see what happens, man.
Hey, just pre-record something there from the hotel.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, pre-record it, throw it up, and then people eat that up. You two together, same room. Mm-hmm. Just a thought, and then you can go be tired.
Some GI Joe ambiance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron, I know I start a lot of extra stuff in the chat, so after I've cut it off now, so we'll get through these, and then we'll get back on track. Yeah. But we're gonna everything else. We're gonna come back to you guys. I swear.
Okay. Renato.
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 Actually,
Toy
the,
Nato.
the correct pronunciation is Wrench Nato. He is the newest wrench on the 3POA YouTube channel. So yeah.
Well, congratulations, sir.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this Wrench Nato thing off the ground. I know Ryan's already using it, but I want it to be commonly accepted vernacular with inside the community.
All right, so we'll add that, and then Radnam. Yeah, we'll just kind of build the list out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. Wrench Nato. We can
Wrench
pronounce that.
Nato. I'm gonna put that on your package when we ship your stuff
Cross
there.
out his name.
No, so Renato, we've never met in person, but we've been social media friends for years now. Actually, it all started with he and I trolling scalpers in a TMNT Facebook group, right? That's where we met each other. And so like I had an item, it was the Mutagen Tour 4-pack, and everybody was losing their minds trying to get that NECA Mutagen Tour 4-pack. And we both happened to be in this TMNT group that was 100% okay with scalping in there, right? Like something hustle, something get that money. And so anyway, I put a sales post up for mine, said in hand, and I think I put it at $1.5 million, right? Buyer pays shipping. Don't lowball me. I know what I've got, kind of stuff. And so anyway, he was like, commenting on that. And then so we just started like DMing each other, and that's our story. That's how it all began.
Love at first sight.
Trolling scalpers, man.
Love at first comment. Isn't that special? Anyway, moving forward, like Jeff. So I would definitely try to get those now. Like I said, I've got another order in. I just don't know when they'll ship. Let's say I was honestly shocked when they shipped the Ryu when they did, which tells me that Fei Long is not that far behind. So those that have placed your orders, patience, it's coming. Don't worry. We will get them out to you ASAP.
The Fei Long, the Wish.com Bruce Lee.
Yeah. I mean, I've got the Fuchsia's one behind me.
Oh yeah, that's a good figure though. I
loved it. I got that one, and they had another one like their holiday like blowout sale that they had. So I got that in a weapons pack. Like it's actually very nice, very well done. Who else we got? Oh, it's Chad.
It's Chad.
Welcome, sir. He says, "You got that Jar Jar. He's got that yes flag."
Well, okay, yeah. So just you know what you need to have. I need to have ready the Super Mario 1-up sound, so that when Chad comes in here to try to 1-up me, I can play that. So thanks, pal. Appreciate that.
That sounds about right.
I just I'm just gonna tell Mrs. Authority Figure that she needs the upper game. Quite honestly, right
there it is.
Let's not get mad at the situation. Let's concentrate on the factors surrounding the situation and see if we can make adjustments there.
Bank accounts are not gonna get drawn and like blown out that 1-up each other.
Yeah.
Drew G, how you doing? Good to see you again. Says messed up and said Joe Fest too, but Ryan called him out. Good to see you guys.
So sorry, Aaron. I didn't mean
you're good.
Drew G went live tonight with Mr. Laser Pants as they prepare for their trip for Joe Fest, and M. Vargo was on there as well. So go check that replay. Good show. Enjoyed my time there.
Yeah, I woke up from my regularly scheduled old man Sunday nap to find out that I had missed that live stream, and I was kind of upset about it.
Super early. It's probably like 10 a.m. for Ryan, so he was probably taking his nap afterwards.
Yeah, I did look on there. I watched a couple of minutes of it. Embargo, if you're in the chat here, if you're just watching, awesome. Thank you for supporting Loose But Complete with that merch.
Oh yeah, he had the shirt on.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I'm bringing mine to the festivities of Joseph as well. I think I might wear that around.
Jeremy's trying to change the name of Valakon.
I just see if we can't get it. The festivities of Joseph.
Oh my god! No, it has been confirmed that the Teflon did drive across the great almost state of New York to do some toy photography.
That's awesome.
That's cute. So I can imagine them like a montage, holding hands, skipping through like the creek. Skipping through the creek.
I don't know if they have those in New
And
York.
then making Luke get down in the water and take pictures, and he's like, they're like, yeah. And then they fist bump and they crack open some beers.
Yeah.
And love that.
Maybe even a bit of frolicking was what was involved.
Ooh.
Right? Possible frolicking. You never know. You never know.
All right. put J-Lo away. It's not that kind of show.
And I just want to give a couple of shout outs, saying hello to Mr. Largo,
Yes,
Laser Pants, who is in the chat, Mr. Wonderful, who just landed as well, and then Frank Realm of Toys is also hanging out with us. Love you guys all. Thank you for hanging out with us.
So. Oh no, Mr. Wonderful was here before we even went live.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he was here. Also, the genius mind behind the upcoming Kickstarter for Hexastacks, the brand new modular way to display your figures. So can't wait to see what that Kickstarter is going to look like. I've seen some behind the scenes stuff, right? Some insiders, little insider information about it, and I'm very, very excited for this new project. I really am.
Yeah, we did that show with him 2 weeks ago now, and that man has been blowing up. He is a hot commodity in the YouTube land. So, guys, grab him while you can get him. Interview the hell out of him, because when he blows up, he's not going to have time for us anymore.
a small folk.
Small time.
Look, he's Mr. Wonderful. He's the definition of a go-getter, right? A lot of people have, great ideas. Right. But then they bounce these ideas around in their head, and then it never actually turns into anything. But what Mr. Wonderful is doing, well, he showed his real name on the stream, didn't he?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Travis,
So what Travis did, he was talking about it, and he DM'd me. He's like, hey, I got this idea. I want to see if it's, you think it's dumb or not. And then he gave me the essentially the elevator pitch for it, and I was like, dude, you need to do this. Honestly, I think that you really need to do this. And so, like, he immediately registered his LLC, right? It's patent pending now, right? He's protecting his intellectual property. He's got all kinds of stuff doing. Like, he's actually moving, trying to make the dream happen, right? And I really I like that.
It is a results-based industry, man. And if you're not producing results, then you're just left behind.
Right.
And then one last shout out to Oz here, because he invited me onto their show last night to talk about some Mythic Legions, which I got some of those Mythic. Hey guys, I own a moose now. I own a moose. That's very cool.
It was funny because I saw the link, and I was going to jump in last night, and then I came home and I fell asleep.
Oh yeah, you were working late, but no, they let me on. I was only on there for like 20 minutes. We got to talk about some of the new Four Horsemen stuff, and always appreciate the opportunity, like especially when you're popping in as a fan. And Jeremy knows this better than anybody. Jeremy will pop in as a fan, and then everyone will be like, "Jeremy, get in here," and he's like, "Oh shucks, all right."
Gee golly willikers.
I guess. Yeah, no, I got the Jeremy J treatment last night. They're like, "Hey, man, come on in." And I was like, okay, I'll do that for a little bit. No, I had a great time. Always appreciate the opportunity to spread the word of Helladope, the gospel, if you will.
Right.
All right, chat, we're coming back to you guys. Y'all are popping. You're hot. We're going to come back. Before we get into business, I want to talk to Jeremy, because, Jeremy, you got a lot of stuff going on. You got shows, multiple shows. You got a Joe Fest coming up. You got a business to manage. So what's going on with you and your week, man? What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, just a lot of stuff, man. Staying busy. I try not to live a stagnant life as much as I possibly can. I always have something going on, or some type of creative project. So now I've found my way into two regular live stream shows, which I'm equally excited about both of them. And Authority Figure is still running on all cylinders, and I think I can't give these specifics, but we are closer to a Kickstarter project than I think a lot of people might think. So that's going to be coming pretty dang soon. So yeah, and then my regular 50-hour week job on top of that, and handling a 7-month-old, and trying to juggle all these things and still have my wife not leave me is it's a it can be a daunting task, but like I said, I like to be busy. I really do.
Same.
So what are you doing at Joe Fest all weekend?
So I will be working the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom booth with Jason and Kato. Kato's Collections is going to be there as well. We're going to be selling product. We're going to be showing off brand new stuff for the next couple of waves of Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. I'm going to try to catch as many panels as I possibly can. Right, I definitely want to be there for the Vala panel, if at all possible. And it's just just having a meet and greet with everybody that I've made friends with on the internet for the last couple of years that I've been doing this is going to be a lot of fun, right? So Chad's coming, of course. Ryan's going to be there, where you can buy tickets to our IRL fight.
So sad I'm missing that.
Right.
So sad. I'm like literally heartbroken.
Yeah.
Somebody post that on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just getting to meet everybody, man. Putting I know at Legion's Con I got to put a lot of faces to names from the chat and stuff, and that was a whole lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. So yeah, all around I'm really stoked for this weekend, man.
Is there anybody that you're looking forward to meeting for the first time?
Sergeant Slaughter.
straight to that one.
That was easy.
That was easy.
Gone.
Next. No, I want to Scott Hughes. I want to meet Scott Hughes. I've already hung out with Ryan a couple times IRL, and there he is right there. Thunderdome. I can't wait to meet Tony and Bobby. ML series is going to be there as well.
We love that guy, by the way. He likes all our stuff on Facebook, like so consistent. Love that man.
Brian Rowland, the mastermind behind the Honey Badger 112 scale vehicle is going to be there as well. And I think we're planning something Saturday night. So more to follow on that. So like after the show Saturday night.
That's awesome. I asked Ryan earlier today while he was in Drew G's stream if anybody was going to be live streaming. He says he is going to dabble in it early on Thursday. But man, if you know anybody that's going to be posting anything there, Aaron and I want to live vicariously through all y'all.
I'll be taking pictures of the more ridiculous things. Is for anybody that's watched me on live streams before, they know that my primary goal there, right? The thing that I want to get accomplished the most is to get Sergeant Slaughter to sign my Valaverse, sealed Sergeant Slaughter. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And I guess working at the AWOC booth and hanging out with Kato is going to be fine.
You just reminded me, like we literally just sold out of Valaverse Sergeant Slaughters, and
yeah, I think we're down to the last. Are we down to the last classified one too?
Yeah, and I opened mine, so now I don't have anything for the Sarge to sign in September.
Idiot!
Oh,
idiot!
Well, I just thought they would always be there.
This is why you keep stuff in the box.
Oh, Aaron got me.
Booyah!
Got me.
Yeah,
so
I got him. I got him ready to go right here. Right, he's going in there along with 20 action points, so I can get this clandestine operation or covert ops Condor. Right, really excited about that.
Yeah, I gotta figure out how many points I have. I think I have enough.
Dude, if you don't have 20 points, do you even action force, bro? To be honest with you,
look here, I'm about giving the people action force. Okay.
Hey, you should start cutting out the action points on the back of your inventory, just sending people boxes with a hole in the back.
Yeah. You know what? Like, when I saw it, I actually that crossed my mind once. I'm like, man, I can imagine the hate emails that come following.
Dude,
all of that.
How scummy would that be?
No. The move is you go, hey, are you an inbox collector? And when they go no, you respond with bet, and then you just cut
Yeah.
Hey,
No,
hey,
there
hey,
was
Mr.
a-
Wonderful. Did you need any more action force? Save you all that shipping cost.
so there was somebody on eBay that was selling action points for $1 a piece.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really bad.
So anyway,
created an economy. That's wild.
like I said, I'm really looking forward to getting this signed. It's going to go really great right next to my signed autographed Desert Rat here from the one and only real life Desert Rat, Mr. Tony Roberts of Analog Toys fame and 3POA fame as well. So I'm just working on a plan for Tim Kennedy, and then that will be all three of the real life people that have appeared in that line.
I opened my Desert Rat too.
Mm.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah.
Luckily for
I
you,
fucked up.
Tony's in the States right now.
He is.
Fucked up.
Yeah, Tony's in the States right now.
I might have to give Bobby a call. I'm like, hey, Bobby, I know you got something held back for me, but can you, with Tony's there, just go ahead and knock that out for me?
Can you with the
With the whoop, whoop.
with the can you with
And Bobby totally understands that. He just responds with a caw,
Yeah.
and it's fine.
Exactly.
And then he just hangs up. You know?
That reminds me of the Three Amigos. Look up here,
Yes.
right?
We got a proposal here. Jim Largo is willing to trade action points for hella dope stickers.
Oh,
Now,
wow.
no, time out, because I want to go back to a conversation a few weeks ago when we had Mr. Aaron Payne's toy samples in here. We were talking in the green room when he popped in, and I was like, yo, bro, I need more stickers. And then you abruptly responded with, well, then I guess you better sell more shit. And I was just
Yeah.
like, so
we have a budget here.
the current Hella Dope warehouse is out of stickers. Mr. Black Knight is hoarding a handful of them.
I am.
But I do need more stickers. So if you're getting a shipment and it doesn't have stickers, it's because of that guy right there.
Or
So,
because this guy's not selling enough.
I will be bringing these to Joe Fest as well. So I have a plethora.
Ooh.
Speaking of the Three Amigos, I have a plethora of loose but complete and 3POA stickers. So if you come find me there, I'm gonna hook you up with a sticker.
All right, I need a sticker.
You're not
Wilhelm.
coming.
I know, but I need a sticker anyway. Wilhelm, grab me a
Wilhelm
sticker, okay?
Yeah, Wilhelm will take care of
Wilhelm's got me. It's fine.
Teflon says he'll trade his points for a mug. It's very enticing.
Ooh, look at the economy Bobby Ballard has created. Oh
Yeah, I know.
man. Okay.
This is almost turning into like Bitcoin in a way.
Right.
It has its own independent economy and market. It's very interesting. Very interesting.
I'm about to start painting these mugs myself or get on the Mr. Wonderful track and just make some bootlegs.
Dude, just
Wonderful.
just set up a Redbubble store.
We're working on that, Mr. Wonderful. And by the way, Payne, since you want to like throw that out there, sir, I didn't pack your box. My new hired shipper, he's 8. He's working on the process.
Yes.
So I will take that up with upper management about his inability to put the proper stickers in boxes.
Yeah. That's
Sounds like a lack of follow-up to me.
right. So, but kudos on you. You're actually using the number 3 rule out of my 5 rules for a successful business, which is utilize child labor at any opportunity that you possibly can.
Oh yeah, no, he's like, what can I do next? He's like,
Right.
You can go get my bubble wrap out my car.
Right.
He's like, it's hot outside. Like, I don't care. You said
Yeah,
you said you wanted to work for Hello Dope Toys. This is what you do.
Yeah. It sounds like the heat outside is really a you problem. So
I am in the air conditioned and
right. Yeah.
sipping on my Mountain Dew.
Maybe if you work hard enough, you can inherit the empire one day.
Exactly.
That is the goal.
Mhm.
All right, Jeremy, you got anything else you want to go over, or else we're gonna start talking about some of these predictions?
Yeah, so I guess at 43 minutes in, we could hit the topic.
Oh,
We're just parodying ourselves off of one of your shows. Dig around for a while and then get right into it.
Yeah.
Aaron, this is where I need you to kill time for a minute, okay?
This sure.
Do the tap dancing thing.
Look at me dancing. Doo-doo-doo.
All right, so look, guys, the whole purpose, the whole thing is, I didn't know how to do slides, and I thought I did, and then when I got here, I realized I did not. So we're gonna be technically impaired as I slowly and poorly go through all this. It's just gonna show everything. It's just gonna show everything. That's fine. It's whatever. You guys don't care, right? You guys don't care.
Stay tuned to this prediction show that's sitting all at the bottom of the next screen.
Look, you don't really have to come off as a professional until you're monetized, right? Once you're monetized, like this needs to be a smooth ride, right? But up until that point, I think we could cut you a little slack.
So look, guys, I'm just going to ask you all to invert your eyes to the top of the screen and not the bottom of the screen, and also don't zoom in on your phones. If you can do that for me, that would be hella dope. So we're going to talk about first prediction for a potential toy of the year, because it's halfway. Well, it's not technically halfway through the year, but it's the month that's halfway through the year. And this is just what we believe might be in some people's top 10s. Maybe it's not, maybe it's not.
Ted, if I can jump in real quick, sir, are these products or are these figures, have they been released already or are they forthcoming?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. Okay.
A little bit of both.
Some things that are out now, some things that are coming that we think will be on the list.
Yeah, and we're only so psychic. We don't know what has not been released yet, or like what hasn't been announced yet. And there's some things that Aaron and I debated about, but he was like, "Well, that's not coming out till 2024." And I was like, "Bro, give me a break."
Yeah.
But it's fun.
Well, Aaron is a master debater, so I don't know exactly what you were expecting.
I debate math really well.
So we're going to start with the first one right here. And that is the NECA Dracula, the Universal Monsters Dracula. This is the colored version. There was a black and white version, which I believe was released first. Is that right, Aaron? Black and white was released first?
No, the colored first, then the black
and white. The colored was really?
Yes.
Man, this whole year is just, I'm super confused. Super hot seller. Like, Aaron ordered these, and I said, "Hey, that sounds dumb." And then they sold like crazy, and then we ordered more, and then we went to the toy show, and they sold like crazy again.
Yep.
I don't know. Really awesome figure. Frank from Realm of Toys, you can follow him on Instagram, did some awesome shots with these. But fellas, what are you thinking on the Dracula here?
Personally, I like the black and white version better, but that's just me.
I just took a picture.
But I mean, the Dracula in general, I mean, we have seen some really good success from the Universal Monster line, going back to the TMNT line. Jada Toys has put a line out. So, I mean, this is going to definitely be, in my opinion, something that will be around.
Yeah.
Jeremy, you got thoughts on the Dracula? I don't know if this is up your alley.
No, like 100% for sure. Right. So that the Dracula, Invisible Man, Creature from the Black Lagoon, The Mummy, all that stuff. I am all about the classic Universal Monsters. I mean, and just look at the head sculpt on this thing, right?
Yeah,
and then
Carfax Abbey, man. I mean, he killed it.
Yeah, and honestly, I really got to give it to NECA as far as their choices to do these things, because really, I think with this particular sculpt, with the body and everything, I really think the only other figure that you're going to be sharing molds with or sharing tooling with is Mandrake from Defenders of the Earth, right? Because he's got that tuxedo thing going on as well. So it looks fantastic, man. So I don't know if I would put that in my top 10 for 2023 as far as like the figure or top 10, for the figures of the year, but definitely a solid, what's the word I'm looking for? Not runner up, but
contender. He's contender.
Honorable mention.
Yeah, I would put him like really, really solid into the honorable mention category.
Well, I think this is our list, not yours.
Well, we get to see Jeremy's list tomorrow night, right?
No,
No,
I might.
next
No,
Monday.
Yeah, so tomorrow is kind of a recap from the Joe reveal with Tony. And next, the following Wednesday after that is going to be Ryan and I's top picks for 2023 so far.
Awesome.
Jeff says he loves both Dracula and the Frankenstein.
Dracula and Frankenstein, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's talk about the next one. And I'm trying to do these in like order in which they were released.
Hey, 13th Prince, you weren't supposed to look ahead. That was specific.
Yeah.
Like that was mentioned specifically.
Ooh, Noel Costes, I swear. I used his government name on YouTube. Now I'm going to get canceled. Let's go with the next one. See, technical difficulties. Here we go. Next one, NECA Alf.
Mm-hmm.
Hot one that I wasn't so sure I was super interested in, and then I had to open it up and do a mini review and kind of play with the accessories and stuff, and I was actually kind of blown away, especially from a NECA product. Not stiff. I wasn't worried about anything breaking. Sculpted real nice. The jaw is articulated. The accessories are awesome. Really love this figure, and he's gone pretty well with a lot of toy photography that I've done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this goes to the nostalgia piece. Who doesn't like Alf, right? And like I said, with all the things that it came with for a NECA product, I mean, this was just a great pick. Like I said, early, they still could. Like I said, the second half of the year, they could probably bang out something really phenomenal. But if we're talking just right now, I mean, this would definitely be something that would be high on my list.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly endorse this being in the top 10 list for 2023 so far. The deco on there, I mean, of course, the sculpt is fantastic, but having that hinge in the mouth as well, and the ridiculous accessories that it came with, right? The cat sandwich and all that.
Cat sandwich is the best.
Right, yeah. This 110% belongs in the top 10 contenders of 2023 so far.
Plus that ham radio that it came with, and I don't know if it scales well with 6-inch, but I mean, you could probably put it in the background and scale it pretty well. But from a toy photography perspective, man, that thing very nicely done. Very impressive. Again, don't know if it really scales with 6-inch, but throw it in your shots, man. It looks real good.
Yeah.
Cox Creates. He says there he's on the fence with Alf. I don't think he's a big enough fan, but would go nice with his ET.
Hey.
Oh, it does. Yeah, mine is sitting right beside ET in the display, and they go great together.
For anyone who wants to fuck around and find out, we actually might have one Alf left in stock. One lonely Alf. I don't know if he's the damaged one, but
technically there's two in the Helladope inventory because I'm in possession of one that does not have a home yet. that was given to the Loose But Complete show for a contest that didn't wind up happening. So technically there's two. I still consider this belonging to you because it hasn't gone to its final recipient yet.
So that Alf is off the books, man. It is marketing, sponsorship, donate it, give it to a friend, do a thing at Joe Fest for all we care, man. But if you're going to do something at Joe Fest, we expect to see it like live or recorded.
Okay.
Just do a random giveaway. Just do a raffle. Do a raffle at Valicon.
Okay.
I don't care. I don't care what you do with it. I don't think Aaron cares either.
Nope, sure don't.
But we appreciate you holding on to that. We give it to someone. Fine.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's move on. And Jeremy, you might be more familiar with this, and you might have a little bit more input.
Right.
So, Animal Warriors of the Kingdom kind of took the year by storm. And I would say definitely like first quarter, second quarter of the year, the AWOCs have been the hottest of hot. They've been everywhere. Jeremy, you've gone on to many shows where people are mutilating them. Talking to Brick and Aaron and Adam out there. But man, these things are phenomenal. And we're just on wave 1. Wave 2 is on the cusp of coming out.
Yes.
I don't know if you have any insider details on that you can share, but
the only thing I can say is soon, and maybe sooner than you think.
I was told the end of the month, so if it's sooner than that, that's great.
Yeah.
What month are we in?
I don't know.
Is it next Friday yet?
It's Yojo June right now. It's all month, baby.
It's Friday after next.
So yeah, Animal Wars of the Kingdom. I do. So I'm going to reveal one of my top, top contenders of 2023 so far. That's coming up on the next Loose But Complete. But it is the Chunari Legionary, right? This guy right here. I'm a sucker for army builders anyway, and this guy, it's the paint is amazing. The articulation that you get out of it, I say that, from I guess my experience with it, I'm seeing import level articulation in these, right, compared to a lot of the other domestic stuff. And I get it that everything's made in China, right? I got it. Everything's an import, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, these are just great. So this is definitely on the within my top 10 list right here.
My unofficial that's not on this list is going to be Thane. That was the figure that sold me on this wave. That's the figure I'm going to die with when it comes to this wave. Like I said, who doesn't love a big ass gorilla?
Right. So Thane is actually the reason that I found out about this line, because I was tuning into Infinity Equation a couple of years ago. And Dante was just on his soapbox screaming at everyone to back Animal Wars of the Kingdom so that we could all unlock Thane, right? And so I was like, well, what is this? And, pulled up the Kickstarter on my phone, and I was like, oh, here we go. Going down the rabbit hole here. So
yeah, that's it. Yeah, PowerCon, I said Jason was there. We walked past his table probably like 4 or 5 times because it said it was like in the corner, it was 4 horsemen. Then like there was him, then it was NECA, and then somebody else in between. And like you see like the mock-up for Pale, and like they're messing around with it, but then you just see this big, beefy, beautiful gorilla, and I'm like, what is that? And then like Shartimus Prime was there, so like he's posing with it. I'm like, oh my god. 1, Shartimus Prime is sitting right next to me. 2, he's touching the figure that I want. This is a done deal. helladopetoys is now born today.
Did you get a little starstruck there?
To be honest with you, like I knew who Shartimus Prime was, but like I didn't like know who he was.
Right.
But like to say it was like starstruck, nah, not really. But it was like cool to be like this sitting, like standing literally right next to him as he's like posing AWOC figures. It was just a cool sight to see. Because like there's one thing to watch somebody on a phone screen or a laptop or whatever you're watching, but you're right there. They're doing it. This is like what they do.
Yeah, sorry, I had to run away for a moment, but I wanted to comment that when we came across the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom booth at PowerCon, Aaron was literally sold on that giant Thane. And that's probably all he talked about the rest of the freaking day. Maybe the rest of the freaking month.
It wasn't Mythic Legions, and it wasn't NECA, even though they had some cool stuff there. It was that, and then the cyber, what is it? The dinosaur ones.
Oh yeah. Hey guys, I got to step away for just a couple of minutes.
No, you're fine.
I'll be right back.
We'll keep it rolling.
But yeah, those were the 2. Like I all day couldn't love it.
Well, Aaron, do you want to? While Jeremy's away, do you want to take a chat break? I'll stop sharing the screen here for a second. I guess we've been neglecting the chat for a minute, so now would be a great time to.
There's not much. I've been kind of popping them up as we were discussing stuff, but the things that are in here. Laser Pants, what do you guys think the price of the Joe vehicle and the Valver's vehicle will be?
That is not my realm.
200.
Y'all tell me.
That's my guess. $200.
$200?
250.
So you think the Joe vehicle will be 200 and you think the Valaverse will be 250?
I don't know. So you pick your poison on which one it's going to be, but I don't know because like here's the thing: like, if I haven't learned anything about what Bobby does, Bobby likes to try to keep the price right. Like he said, he hasn't moved the price of any of his waves since its induction. So $31.99 for a standard figure has been that way since we've been with it. So I think if I had to guess, if I want to be like 100% on a legitimate price, if Bobby's gonna do it for the size and what it's probably gonna come with, 150, 175. That's my guess.
So I think whatever price Bobby comes out with, a bunch of people are going to hate on it for whatever reason. I think they're gonna hate on both of them. I don't know. I'm not a vehicle guy. I'm not a GI Joe guy. I know that's the wrong week to say that. It's a sin to say that this week. So I can't really say from a value or want perspective of what I'd be willing to pay. The Engine of Vengeance, that's not a price I was willing to pay. And, that's been beaten to death. I don't know. I think whatever Bobby's going to do, he's not going to come out unless it's right. And I think Hasbro is aware, but who knows? Who knows with them? I don't know. They could still be blissfully ignorant and be like, well, this is going to be 350, guys. Probably. And you're gonna do that.
But I mean, I think the issue is going to be is one, if Hasbro really has no clue what's I'm sorry.
Stop. I know. The man has arrived here.
Mr. Analog Toys, Tony is in the house.
Welcome, Tony. Welcome to the United States.
Yes.
I don't have anything for you to sign. It's the one time you're around where I could actually run into you at a Kroger, and I opened my Deseret like an idiot.
Yeah, we were just talking about this earlier. Since you're here, if you just want to like sign something, put it in the mail, Bobby has the info. He'll work it out.
Also, we did send you another email, Tony, but then you got super busy, so I let it slide. We're going to follow up on that email when you're not so busy, but you seem to always be busy. So we'll catch you in fall, sir. I lost this chat and can't turn it off.
Yeah, it's fine. Where are we at? So what I was saying, well, I'll get to that in a minute. But Jim Largo got all of his special deployment series from helladopetoys. Thank you. We appreciate it. We saw that lovely order. I'm like, holy crap, Jim. Wow. So we thank you.
Yeah, Jim has a love for Valaverse like no other. And we're just going to assume that, the Valaverse site happened to be down or something, and he had no other option but to buy from us. So
obligations, I guess,
Yeah.
But anyway, what I was saying, what I think is going to end up happening is Hasbro's going to have. I don't even know. We don't even know what if it is a vehicle. For all we know, like I said, like it could be a classified figure. It could be multiple classified figures. If it is a vehicle, one, what is it coming with? What does the vehicle offer? The people. Does it have weapons? Does it have like a gun turret? Does it have what does it have? How big is this vehicle?
Well, I agree. And when you're looking at a HasLab, value is important. And then when you're looking at Valaverse just consistently provides value. You get that in a lot of accessories. And as we've seen from the few shots, little bit of information that we've seen from the Vanguard, lots of potential there. Like,
oh yeah,
incredible amounts of value.
But see, that's the thing with Bobby though. He gives you like little tidbits, like, ooh, what's this wheel, or oh, there's a diagram of a man sitting in the back with a gun. What's going on there? Like
Bobby's
that
such
stuff,
a cock tease.
He is. He is. But like that will entice me to say that, like, one, to want to stick around and figure out what's going on. Do we have a new guest involved? What's going on here?
Oh,
Hey, it is the man, Tony himself.
Desert Rat IRL.
I
Desert Rat IRL.
can't sign anything over stream.
I think that would be an NFT, right?
Write it on your
Yeah.
webcam. It'll be
Like,
fine.
You do digital collectibles, Tony.
What's going on, guys?
Good, man. It's good to see you. Welcome. Hope your travels to the U.S. was safe and all that good stuff.
It was much better than last year because, yeah, all my flight connections and everything. It was just a nightmare last year. So all of the lessons learned, I applied it to this trip, and it's been smooth sailing so far. So I just watched Bobby play a really terrible game of ice hockey. And, he dropped me back to the hotel, and I saw you guys were live, so I started watching, and I commented, and then somebody sent me the link.
Yeah, I was confused because that wasn't me.
Was it me?
No, it was the elusive jujitsu.
Ooh, mysterious and elusive.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu. No, man. Yeah, but before you came on, I was just talking about my very, very coveted signed Desert Rat here, and not just Desert Rat, right? I got this dear message from someone who I considered to be a friend of mine, right? Fellow toy enthusiast, fellow YouTuber, fellow combat vet. In his words, dear Jiu-Jitsu, fuck you, love Desert Rat, right? It's right there.
That's
Right
what
there.
you requested, man. I aim to please.
You know what? Leave. We're gonna edit that one out. You said that from the heart. That was not coached by Jeremy at all.
Right. So my intent is to get Sarge to do the same thing at the con over the weekend. We'll see if he's willing to do that or not. But
He will for a fee.
oh, I'm totally prepared for that. Right.
Well, I didn't charge you.
Well, I mean, well, for Sarge, I'm totally ready for Sarge to charge him for that.
I have the invoice ready. I will.
Just go ahead and send it over to him.
He's just writing it out right now. So, when we announced the show as a mystery guest, I didn't realize that we were going to have our mystery guest bring on a mystery guest. This is an honor and a treat. Yeah, Tony, we are honored. We've been trying to get you on here forever. The fact that you're here right now is amazing.
Get me on the show. I just needed to get this trip out of the way and all that stuff. So I really enjoy your guys' show. So I'll definitely be on. Yeah.
You were busy in Thailand and riding horses or whatever the fuck you're doing. I don't fucking know.
that whole Thailand trip came up very last minute. So I had 2 weeks in Thailand, and then I knew I had a really busy 4 weeks at work. Then I got COVID just before I came over, and luckily I sort of got over it. I think I tested negative on the Monday morning and then flew out on the Thursday. So so it's been a chaotic couple of months, but hopefully everything will calm down after this.
No worries.
If I do freeze for a moment, the internet in here is fucking terrible. So just bear with me. I'll be back. Hopefully I don't freeze like.
I would
fucking America,
like when I did on our wrestling show, and I'm like,
yeah, exactly.
Sitting there looking like hacksaw.
I'm pretty sure I had that clip somewhere. I'm gonna have that posted eventually.
Well, since we have an expert in the house, Aaron, maybe we can throw up Ryan's question again, and because I know Tony was commenting in the chat there in regards to the Hasbro announcement versus the Valaverse and the price on that. Do we still have that somewhere?
So Ryan and
No,
throw
it's
up
gone.
always belong together in the same sentence. Always.
No, it's gone.
It's gone.
Ryan,
It's gone.
Laser Pants Ryan?
Yeah, that
Laser
one.
Pants Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm not responding to any of that dipshit's comments.
los pantalones de laser, right?
The white potato.
Yeah.
Look, guys, I have a hard enough time, like, getting that guy to respond to anything that I send to him. This is not going to help at all. Like Jeremy and Tony on the show. He's like, no, I'm not talking to you anymore.
So what did Ryan ask?
So we were talking about the potential price points between the Vanguard and whatever Hasbro is going to announce on tomorrow,
and what he thought they might be.
Yeah, well, so my guess for the HasLab is pretty much everyone's guess, a Dragonfly. And no, what do you think, Jeremy?
No, I've got this is all Striker all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my prediction. This is all Striker all day long.
And what makes you think that?
Just because it's a slam dunk, it's an easy one. I may have a little bit of my own personal bias in there, but when I think 80s Real American Hero nostalgia, Joe vehicles, I always go to the All Striker. So I don't know. I could be wrong. I mean, if it's the Dragonfly with Wild Bill in it as well, that's going to be interesting as well.
Well, the All Striker was one of my favorite vehicles as a kid. I loved that thing.
Well, you got to remember also talking about
HasLab. Is it a dream project?
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a company that doesn't want to do something simple. Like when they're doing something, they're doing it for the mere fact that either A, they're doing it because they want to do it, or they want to see how far they can go.
Right. And look, like I said, all cards on the table. I'm recognizing that my own personal bias for that vehicle may, have something to do with my prediction. But, if I was a betting man, I would put money on the All Striker tomorrow.
I mean, I understand your train of thought because, not that Hasbro would ever employ me, but if I was working there, that would be one of the things I would be pushed, but I wouldn't be pushing it. If I was on the Hasbro G.I. Joe design team, and I'm not a toy designer, what the fuck do I know? I would be pushing that as a product that they should make, but I wouldn't be pushing it as a HasLab. There's not enough meat on the bone for it to be unless they want to do a HasLab at $200. But if they're talking 300 plus, an All Striker doesn't cut it.
Well, yeah, it's. You're going to have to. It's going to have to come with a lot of stuff. To justify $300, right? It better come with crankcase right off the bat, right? Not unlockable, right?
Yeah.
Like he better be there. And something else, like you were saying, to put meat on that bone, because if McFarlane is giving us that massive Batmo Beast at $50, which I believe it was like $50 with a figure included, and then the '89 Batmobile at its size for, I think I paid retail $60 for that, right? It's going to be interesting to see if Hasbro takes that into account and maybe adjust some things about the way that they're handling HasLabs, at least for vehicles anyway, because now we know that you can get something in the 1/12 or 1/10, right? Or that, interesting McFarlane 7-inch scale. You can get a licensed vehicle, right, for like $60-$70.
Yeah. I mean, my guess for the original HasLab last year, I think they did a tease before they actually announced the His tank, and that tease indicated that it was going to be a Cobra vehicle from what I remember. But before we got that hint, my bet was always a Vamp plus a trailer like the HOW or the MMS. That's what I thought they were going to do. And I was completely wrong. I didn't. By the time I kind of figured out it was a Hiss, they had dropped enough hints by that stage already. So the Vamp's got a tow hook. The All Striker doesn't. So that's it. You've got seats for 2 and side rails for 2. So you can literally do a dune buggy in 4 figures. That's your lot. So,
which I'm 100% okay with. Like that sounds fine to me.
But for what price are you okay with it? Because it's all good to say I would love a classified scale Ore Striker. As I said, it was one of my favorite GI Joe vehicles when I was a kid.
Right.
But I'm not okay with an Ore Striker, even with 4 figures at like 300, 350.
Yeah, it's always.
Did you buy an Ore Striker and 4 figures for $300?
No, that's going to price me out of it for sure. I'm going to think about it super hard the entire time that it's available for pre-order. But yeah, at $350, you're gonna price me out.
I mean, that's something to me you would do like a fourth quarter, Black Friday, that Christmas rush. You find that sweet spot. So if you're gonna do something like that with 4 figures, I mean, you put that 150, 125, 150, and we say 175 max retail price.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter, because people are going to be out Christmas shopping anyway. So they've already got committed in their mind, okay, I'm going to be spending this much money on Billy, who loves G.I. Joe. That's where you do that one. If you're going to do it, you do it there.
Yeah.
But, I mean, to say the proof to your point, yes. I mean, it may not be big enough for a HasLab, but it's something that should be made. That's where you make it, and that's where you sell it at.
Dude, they could come out of left field, right? They may like a triple T or something.
Right.
You never know what's going to happen. I'm excited about tomorrow, which is usually something that I don't experience right on the cusp of new classified stuff coming out. But I'm excited to see what this one's going to be. I truly am.
Tony, we got a question here in the chat that is for you, actually.
Okay, give me a second. Well, I am just sharing the link to your stream on the Analog Toys Facebook.
Well, this whole server's about to crash.
3 hours.
You're all going to get a message that you've been banned.
I'm typing. I am live right now on what's the name of this bloody channel?
helladopetoys.
I know.
No, you just put that in there.
I'm live right now on amateurhour.com.
Someone sent me a link. I just clicked on it.
Yeah.
But Chris over at Cutthroat Comics, he was asking if you were in charge of your own military line figures, what vehicle and figures would you put out?
I'm really not a toy designer. I really don't think I would be that good at creating my own line and building it. I just know I tend to react to what's coming out and what I think is good and what's not. But for me, I suppose I would very much go back to the good old days of late 70s, early 80s. The toy landscape in Britain, which was all Action Man. I would be bringing out representations of real world military units. So if it was an American toy line, for example, I would have Marine Force Recon figures with perhaps a Humvee with all the doors removed, like in the invasion of Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've got to have the Coast Guard in there with a hovercraft. Now, what vehicles are you using in the cavalry these days, Jeremy? Seriously, like armored vehicles. What are you using?
So armored vehicles. There's 2. If you're in a light unit, it's the Striker double V hull. And then there's also, if you're in a heavy unit, you're going to be on the Bradleys, the Bradley fighting vehicle, which is extremely similar to the British. Not the Challenger tank, but the what's the one?
I'm not an armored guy, so
okay, yeah. The Warrior, the Warrior.
Oh, the Warrior, yeah.
So the Bradley fighting vehicle and then the British Warrior are extremely similar, as far as their capabilities and all that stuff. But the thing about that, having the military career that I've had, I would love to see representations of those vehicles, but they're just not toyetic. Right. So it doesn't really, I don't think it would make sense to do those, honestly.
I mean, all vehicles are really hard certainly in that 6-inch scale, vehicles are hard to do. So I suppose to answer the question, if I was doing a 6-inch scaled military toy line for the modern day, for me, I would make a Royal Marine Commando, a parachute regiment soldier,
Mm-hmm.
perhaps a King's Royal Lancers, a household cavalry. Got to have the SAS in there somewhere. You can do multiples. You can do the counter-revolutionary warfare wing with all the black gear and the gas mask. Then you can do, the behind enemy lines, in Iraq kind of soldiers. I would be doing that kind of thing and basing it on real regiments of real life. So if a kid is going to get into that toy line, unlike He-Man, Centurions, Jedi Knights, all of that stuff, he can look at it as actually a career option. If he's heavily inspired by that, if he thinks the parachute regiment guy looks really cool because he's got a maroon beret and an awesome looking badge, actually one day he can become a parachute regiment guy if he works very hard at it.
So Tony, you're saying historical, but also fun. So you're talking about just dropping into these random periods of time. And then
not even historical. I'm talking about current modern day.
Okay.
This is the weapons and equipment that they use right now. I'm not talking about going back to the 70s or World War II or anything like that. It's how they are right now.
Well, I would, if I can jump in there, Tony, I would definitely do the SAS commandos from that rescue, right, with the MP5s and the gas masks, and all that stuff. It's just iconic to that organization, right? I know what a lot of people think SAS. They think of those operators there, right? So, but I mean, now it's, you run into British special operations community and they look exactly like American A teams. They're almost indistinguishable from one another. So,
we steal all your equipment and clothing and wear
it. But it's I've had the opportunity to train
that way. When things go wrong and we get captured, they blame the Americans.
Right. We're only here because the Americans are, okay. But yeah, I've had the opportunity to train with British soldiers pretty often. Or my 3-year assignment in Germany, right? And they're good dudes. They're all they stop for.
Call you a wanker?
No, I mean, so no, I think somebody did call me a wanker, and I
I'll call you a wanker.
Yeah, I called him a limey bastard, and everything was just fine. They break for tea more often than I would like them to, but it's fine. Everybody's got their own little traditions.
Yeah, no, you got to brew up every now and again.
Right. And there's equipment in their vehicles specifically designed for that. Right.
A couple comments here in the chat. Random Diorama says he'd love to see like a B-17. What else?
Like a 112 B-17 bomber?
Why not?
If you hang that thing from your ceiling, like you turn the light on, the room will still be dark.
Yeah, that thing would be huge. Look, it would be absolutely huge.
Look, Random has a whole city in his background, so
right.
it might scale. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's really the thing, Tony, about that Dragonfly too, because you think of the amount of space that rotor is going to take up if you blow that thing up into the 112. It's going to be big, like big, or it's going to take up a lot of room. So I don't know, we just got to see. But yeah, if we could get that with Wild Bill, that'd be great. Having a 112 scale action figure that's got a Stetson on would be really cool, man.
God.
Couple other comments. My brother Adam built an A5 Ton with his name, of course, in the window and a comm shelter in the back. There's a bunch. There's some ideas in here. We also got some new names in here. K-Dog Broadcasting, I believe, is in here.
I saw K-Dog and Drew G's stream earlier today with Laser Pants. I know I've seen K-Dog around, but I don't think I particularly am familiar with K-Dog, but thank you for joining us, man.
Yep. If you're new to the community, welcome aboard.
For my comment section, but yeah, I don't know them.
No, that's all right. Well, we welcome you no matter what. But he says a triple T tank and a Havoc, baby. Show how many of you are rolling into battle in the front row.
Yeah, that triple T protects everything on the vehicle except the driver.
Yeah, It's very it's the first thing I thought of when I got my honey badger from Brian Rowland was this same thing, right? So you got your mortars right here, right? But then the driver is just like almost completely exposed right there, But it's cool. It looks like a Joe vehicle, man. I dig it.
I mean, anybody can drive. It's next man up.
Yeah.
So my first thought because I got the Honey Badger at Joe Fest last year, my first thought was, that's a really cool vehicle for 112 scale. So I picked it up. My second thought was, shit, why did I leave that at Retro Blasting?
Ooh.
I accidentally left it behind at Michael's house. So that's all good.
Did you take it? Did you bring it with you this time?
No, it's still there from last year.
Oh, really?
You ain't got it back yet. K-Dog's a long timer, and Tony and
yeah, I recognize the name. They've been around for a long time. So thank you for your support. So Ted, would you bite on an Ore Striker at $300 with 4 figures?
I don't know because the reason I got into the toy game was to try to grind for the Sentinel back here, which I don't know, what was that, 250, 300?
Hang on.
I don't remember how much that Sentinel was.
Wait, Sentinel was 350.
You're telling us you started a business to fund a HasLab?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't the business.
Well, it wasn't this business, but
okay.
The grind business.
The idea for the business came from literally funding that thing. So, do I have $300 right now? No, I do not, because I have a bunch of inventory over here that we pay for.
Ted, hypothetically,
okay,
Ted,
I got money. I don't know.
You got $2 million in the bank.
Okay. $300. Well, if I got $2 billion, then I'm gonna fucking spend $300. I get 4 figures. Yeah, it's whatever.
If I got $2 million, I'm building a 1/1 scale All Striker. To be honest with you, that's easy. Yeah, that's an easy one.
My answer is no.
Aaron says no. Aaron, why?
Why?
Yeah.
I mean, if I didn't buy the Mattel Creations ring with it came with for $400, I'm not gonna buy that.
You're talking about the WCW entrance?
Yes, and that's what I wanted it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Someone in the chat's asking what I'm drinking.
Miller High Life, the champagne and beers.
We didn't ask Tony what he was sipping on. Oh,
that's
man.
right.
I took 5 of them with me to Bobby's hockey game, and I've only got 1 left. So,
damn it, Tony. Do you need another one, bro? I don't know if I can put Miller High Life through the computer to you. I would gladly submit it.
Don't try it. Your keyboard will stop working. Ask me how I know.
But yeah, I don't know. I just no. The answer is no.
Well, I mean, this is why Aaron's CFO of the company.
Yeah, can't afford other things.
Aaron won't buy anything, or he buys a lot of stuff, and I question it, and then it moves. So
exactly.
Realm of Toys here is saying, what about the Vamp? The Vamp and the Ore Striker are very similar sizes.
Yes,
I do not see that. Like, whatever your unlock tiers are, I don't see that as being a $300 plus toy. I see that as $200, maybe $225. But the reason my Vamp was the pick for the first one is I didn't think they were just going to do a Vamp, because the Vamp, there was a Sears exclusive back in the day that was the Vamp and the Howl Laser, I think. That's kind of what I thought they were going to do for a HasLab, something that would look really good on a collector's shelf, because you're getting a lot in the product. You've got a vehicle, a towable artillery system, probably 3 or 4 figures, but you can unhook it and have like the vehicle at one end of your toy shelf, the Howl at the other end, and then all your figures in the middle to make your G.I. Joe display. So,
here's an interesting one.
Here's a question. Is it confirmed that this is going to be a classified HasLab? Or is it just Joe? Like we're making speculation.
No, No, it's just Joe. But do you really think after the Sky Striker debacle, they're going to do 3 3/4 again?
I mean,
Not everyone's
maybe
got
with
their
some
missing parts yet.
I don't know, maybe with some lessons learned, coming out with a Rattler tomorrow. I don't know. If it's not confirmed that it's classified, then I guess everything is open to speculation.
Let's have a look.
While you're doing that, the Teflon says, "What about a 2-pack of the Vamp and the All Striker?"
A 2-pack shouldn't be a HasLab. Sell them individually for $150 each.
Well,
HasLabs were advertised in the beginning as dream projects that would not come together without crowdfunding, like a sail barge, and then everything just got Unicron. I'll grant you that that was a HasLab, that was a dream project, but then it just went down and down and down and down to a muscle car.
Yeah. I say cut the electronics out of it completely. Include crankcase in there, and then have this thing available for $150. No more than that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. On their Instagram, it says this fan stream to kick off the newest Joe classified series HasLab. So it is a classified series, yeah.
Okay. Then it's going to be a 1/12 scale flag that you're going to need a flatbed truck to move, right?
Probably. But that was actually going to lead to the question that I was going to ask before Tony read that. So we know most things that they make is usually plastic. What if some of these parts were more metalish? It had more of a real feel to it. Would that sway your decision on the price?
Because that's going to be like that new DeLorean that's coming as well.
And that's exactly where I was coming with that from. Right.
Yeah. I'm going to be a day one backer on that for sure.
I like my toys to be plastic. I'm not a huge fan of tin toys or die cast, and it's just carried through my life from there.
I agree with Tony on that. I'm very much a plastic man, and like you start adding metal and whatnot into stuff, and now you're just adding to shipping, and I don't know.
I mean, you're gonna pay the ship. If you're gonna drop $300 on whatever it's gonna be,
I guess
the $30 for shipping isn't gonna make any difference.
I'm just saying, I've never been a hardcore diecast guy, And
I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily be all diecast. I mean, but I'm just at this point trying to play devil's advocate to justify $300 on whatever it's gonna be.
Right.
Like if it's all plastic with nothing else with it for $300, you can kiss my ass. I'm not getting it.
Yeah.
You're gonna add 7 figures to the line, and it's not gonna change my opinion.
Well,
but if you give me a little bit of realism to it, you might sway me. That's a huge might.
Tomorrow's going to be a very interesting day because we're going to see if the Joe team has learned anything from the Legends team as far as HasLabs are concerned, right? What type of burden can you put on the community and what can you not, right? So I would be really, really, really surprised if this next one that's coming out tomorrow, if it is just something in the same size, like an All Striker or a Vamp, and they're asking that same amount of money that they did for the Engine of Vengeance. It's going to be like, yeah, you didn't learn anything, did you? So we'll see. I'm excited to see what happens tomorrow. I really am.
Will they have their comments on?
That's
no.
That's turned off.
No, that's an internal policy they have just because of Ryan. To be honest with you. Right? Like Ryan changed the way that they conduct themselves on the internet. So
what you're saying is that HasLab has learned something.
Right.
It may not be what you want, but they've learned something. I don't think that HasLab is its own department. So every the G.I. Joe team, the Star Wars team, the Marvel team, they're all kind of doing their own thing using this Kickstarter model. G.I. Joe has had 2 very successful HasLabs. Star Wars has had the last 2 fail, and they haven't come out with another one since. This is the first. The Engine of Vengeance was the first fail for Marvel. But the design teams, I think, can only do so much. At the end of the Engine of Vengeance was a really good toy, and it would have been successful if it wasn't for the price. And that has nothing to do with the people who designed that toy.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
I believe
for
it's
sure.
up for people at Hasbro, but yeah.
But I mean, but that left the door open for Ace over at Ramen Toys to do what he's doing.
Yes.
So he maybe that's the way things need to go. Hey, HasLab will come out and they'll fuck something up, and then someone's gonna go, look, I know how to do this better, and I'll make it cheaper,
Mm-hmm.
and still give the people what they want.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Ace, if you're watching this, whatever G.I. Joe does tomorrow, hook that up.
Ace, we need you, man. We need you to help us out with a shipping guy from China. That's what we actually need.
Yeah.
That is why we cannot sell Ramen Toys, because we do not have a gentleman in China at this time. If you're a gentleman in China and you're willing to hook a brother up, give us a
Just
call.
any gentleman.
Any
Does he
gentleman.
any experience in like the shipping
No.
industry or
Nope. Don't care at all. Don't care at all.
no?
Well,
Does
hold
he
on.
need to be able to cook? Like
Just-
I like
just a fine fella.
chicken.
Fine fella from
a nice
China.
fine fella that says, "Hey, I will get you your shit." Because
Yeah,
if not,
that's
I'm
it.
on the first plane to China, and I want to fuck.
It's the name of our first movie, The First Plane to China.
Exactly.
So Tony, we have I assume some of your fans filling in here. So I guess I have a question for you, and I think they all are wondering the same, man. You've been on a wild trip so far. You've been to Michael French's house at Retro Blasting. You popped in
Yep,
on his stream. You were hanging out with Bobby last night. I assume watching some UFC. I believe, if I'm not wrong, it's 10:30 a.m. your time. So that has to be ultra confusing for you. How are things going? How's your trip? Is there any highlights so far that you want to go over?
Lots of wonderful highlights. So the whole 10:30 a.m. thing, I've been here for over a week. I've been here for 9 days now. I got here Friday, not 2 days ago, 9 days ago. So I got over that whole time zone thing. In the first few days, I was down in Atlanta. But the highlights of my trip to Atlanta was definitely going to Second Chance Toys again. I went there last year for the Iconicon meetup. Going there, and I picked up something I was not expecting to see, which was a 1970s G.I. Joe Adventure Team Mike Power Atomic Man. Really nice condition for like $60. Wasn't even on my wants list. I just saw it and I went, I've got to take that toy home with me. I got some nice pieces from there. But I suppose the best part of the retro blasting trip was literally just hanging out with Michael and Melinda, because I got to spend a good amount of time with them last year, but we were in the middle of Iconicon and it was so busy. There were several people staying at the house and all of that. We literally just, apart from the live stream we did, we kind of shut off from the whole YouTube thing. And I think my real highlight was probably my last night there, which was Tuesday night. And we just kind of sat around in there. What do Americans call it? The den, like where your TV couch is.
Yeah,
We call it the man cave.
No.
Well, no, Michael's
like
man cave is where
room,
the toys are. This is like,
yeah.
Oh, you're talking about like the okay, yeah,
The living room's where the fanciness goes on. The den is where you rough it up. The family. Goes with it.
this was the living room then.
Do you know the history of that term living room? It's pretty weird. Anyway,
So-
you can talk about that later.
Yeah, Google that or something.
On the last night there, I had quite a lot to drink. A lot to drink.
Tony, really?
Well, yeah, more than because I was drinking spirits, which normally I'm a beer drinker, and I bought a bottle of bourbon to share with Melinda. I think Melinda only had 2, and when I woke up in the morning, there was like that much left in the bottle. I was a little bit hungover on the flight to Rhode Island, but but the reason it was so good is we literally just sat around listening to Kylie Minogue and Robbie Williams music, and that was just
Love it.
an amazing night. So, but yeah, then I got to Rhode Island, and another highlight was getting to see Warpath Eclipse. Actually, production sample in the flesh. And I said to Bobby, I was like, I really want to make a video about this. He's like, yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of fun filming her, using all of Bobby's dioramas to do all these setups and a little bit of lighting and stuff. And that was really, really cool.
Another preview of my best of 2023 so far, right here. Definitely her. This is how you do it.
Blows that figure out of the water.
Oh, I'm sure. I can't wait to pick her up next weekend.
Make sure you grab me one too, there, Jeremy.
Yeah, so we got de-escalated there. Tony, I'll let you continue. I'm sorry. Jeremy threw up his. I was just saying, Bloody Pandora was down on the list there in the our predictions.
That
ship
did.
Sailed, friends.
That
ship has sailed.
We had a topic, did we not?
No, Tony is our topic now.
Yes, Tony is the new
Jeremy
topic of the
are our topics now. Our mystery guests have taken over the show. This is better than anything we could have done.
Do we have a topic?
No, that topic doesn't matter anymore.
No, we were going over our predictions of the top 23 figures.
Ted made a slideshow and all kinds of stuff.
I just need to dial it back for a second because Jeremy said he was really looking forward to picking up Warpath Eclipse at the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to break it to you. In the shipping office at Valaverse, there's a whiteboard where Bobby keeps his blacklist of people who are not allowed product. And your name's on there.
Did Bobby put me on that, or was that someone else?
Well, I wrote it on there when I was there last year.
Tony put it in permanent marker and it just didn't come off.
Never will we ever ship to this individual, right?
I'm sorry, Tony. Keep going, man. I interrupt you there. You keep going with your journey here so far.
Oh yeah, I wanted to give Jeremy shit, and then I completely forgot.
That's part of the journey.
That's why he brought you on. We weren't giving him enough shit, and he was like, "Well, this doesn't feel right at all."
Yeah.
So he brought in the pro.
So Wednesday, I arrived at Valaverse, and I can't say anything. All I can say is go to the Valaverse panel on Saturday.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. So all of you that are going, we need videos. We need to see it because obviously we won't.
No, there is a no photography filming policy at the panel.
All right, someone give me audio.
Jeremy, we need you to be our guy. Okay, just call.
What we did last year, I filmed the panel for Bobby, and then it didn't take me very long to edit the video. Not that there was a lot of editing that was needed. Our biggest issue was uploading the video to YouTube.
Such a big smile.
You know, but Bobby works so hard on this line. You know, he's got a few people who like help out with shipping, but when it actually comes to the whole toy design thing, this is a one-man show. Just like Analog Toys is a one-man show and Retro Blasting is pretty much a one. You've got one super hard-working guy working really, really hard to continue this line. He's doing fantastic stuff. And just like he said to the audience there last year, there was a few disappointed people in the audience last year when he started the panel by saying there's to be no photography or filming. But understand it from his point of view. He's been working his butt off to bring these reveals, and he wants to release that information to the wider collector community in his own way. You get the opportunity to, if you're at Joe Fest, to hear it first. But we don't want someone coming out of there with a shaky cell phone video and uploading that information to YouTube.
That would be Jeremy.
We got to get that information out as soon as possible. In an ideal world, if the panel is 3:15 to 4 p.m., we would like that video to be on YouTube by 5. But if it's not on by 8 o'clock, that's more to do with the hotel Wi-Fi, which was a nightmare last year. So
yep, it can be with everybody using it and all that stuff. Why would you think I would be the source of the leak, right? I've been trusted with industry information for a long time now. Okay, and I have leaked nothing.
I wasn't going to say it was intentional.
Oh, I'm just so stupid. I would let it go. Thanks, Ted. Appreciate that, bud. Yeah, thanks.
That's all right. My new inside guy. He's gonna have a teddy bear camera. Don't just ignore the teddy bear from a random guy.
It's a Teddy Ruxpin, but instead of a tape player, it's a tape recorder
Exactly.
inside. You know,
It's-
so you're just sitting there with a Teddy Ruxpin, just petting it.
It's a comfort animal. That's what he needs to get through these cons. It's fine.
Yeah. So
I wrote him a note. It's all good.
Tony, on Drew G's live stream today, Ryan actually told a story about you from last year where you guys were watching a panel, and I guess it had gone in an overtime, and you allegedly, I wasn't there, started storming up and then started just setting up for your panel. So these guys are still going on this panel. And then you're
Did
just
Ryan
up
tell
there.
that story?
That's what Ryan. That's the story Ryan told. He just started setting
Ryan,
up and right
Ryan
next
was
to
the
him.
one who always said what happens at Joe Fest stays at Joe Fest.
Oh no.
Ryan's
from
the leak.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you the story why I know what exactly Ryan will do for $5.
Well, hey, that was on Drew G's channel. I'm just saying. I'm secondhand at best.
And I do have $5.
Ryan's not going to respond to my messages anymore, guys.
That's all right. Long as Bobby answers my call, it's cool.
Yeah, that is a true, kind of a true. Yeah, I started to, and then I got reprimanded by Commander-in-Chief Valor. But look,
Okay.
No,
let me put
Ryan
like
made it
this.
sound like Bobby was like Ryan, you have to stop him, and Ryan's like, well, I ain't doing it. I don't know how to stop him. And you just did your whole thing, and you're like, no, these guys are overtime. I'm setting up, and you just start unpacking stuff.
I don't remember who it was, but Bobby sent someone down to stop me. But yeah,
Can you be stopped?
Personally, I just think it's really rude when there's a panel that's supposed to start at 3:15, and there were like 100 people queuing up to watch that panel, and we're all there, and the previous panel they just kept going and going and going. It's just poor form, if you ask me. I mean, what do I know? That panel, they may have been delayed by the panel before then by 10 minutes and thought, oh, they can go on. So I could be wrong, but it's yeah, maybe they need an adjudicator or someone, an umpire.
Yeah, maybe if somebody that's associated with the event themselves would be there to kind of cut things off and say, hey, you're done with your time. That would work out. We saw some of that at Legion's Con as well, because Jason and I did a panel there about Animal Wars of the Kingdom, and there was individuals that were going way into overtime and stuff. So, but it kind of worked out in our favor right then, because we were a bit unprepared. So we got like an extra 15 minutes to finalize what we needed to. So, but yeah, it is unprofessional.
You were a little bit unprepared, and you were, but you needed you had 15 minutes to polish them. Okay.
No, look. I could have performed nonetheless, right? But because that's what I'm about. I always perform, Tony.
It's fine.
Right? But that extra 15 minutes there, right, did give me a little bit of leeway.
Is that the motto of the Coast Guard?
I wouldn't know. Never mind. I'm not going to say it.
It's not your show, man. You're good. You're not
monetized. It's not my show. It's not my place to get you kicked off of YouTube. So
or is that Jiu-Jitsu's tagline, master of performing?
Yeah, I like that. I could deal with that on my file card, right? Yeah.
Oh, my goodness, that's funny. So Tony. Go ahead.
Look, my apologies for gate crashing. Blame Jeremy.
Oh no, this is good. No, I am totally okay with this.
What is your topic for the show?
Oh,
give me what your two figures that is going to be your top on your top of your list this year.
Figures of the year,
Figures
even if they're not released.
released. Well, that's kind of hard for me because I'm not collecting anything modern anymore aside from Valaverse. I'm kind of out of Legends. I still pick up the odd one. I did ask Ryan to get me the 2-pack of the Grey Hulk and Bruce Banner because I'm a big Incredible Hulk fan and I don't have a single Bruce Banner figure. So I saw that 2-pack and I got suckered in by wanting a Bruce Banner. But I can't tell you whether that's going to be on my list because I haven't actually got the toy yet. I don't know what it is.
Well, it's the same Hulk that we got already, right? So like you know what the figure is going to be, right? If I remember the term correctly, for you it was Hulkerating. You were Hulkerating.
I was Hulkerating, yeah.
It's a good
Yeah,
one.
that's when I used to watch the Bill Bixby TV show, and I used to want to turn into the Incredible Hulk, and I used to have like a little metal slide in the backyard, and apparently I don't remember this. I was too young. My mum tells this story really well, but I would run up to the top of the slide, and I would shout over the fence to the lady in the backyard of the house next door. Yeah. And I would like pull my t-shirt off and I'm Hulkerating. And then I would go green and massive and, beat up the Coast Guard. So
why is there so much Coast Guard talk? Jesus.
I mean,
I'm trying to think of all the new figures that I've got this year. Like,
it doesn't have to be necessarily a figure that you got. Maybe it's a figure that's coming out that perked your ears up a little bit. Like, I may want this. Like, there's no.
Well, I do think that Warpath Eclipse. I think it deserves to be on anyone's top 5 this year. Whether it makes it to a lot of top 5s or not, I'm not sure because it is an exclusive. But Bobby said it on the show last night. We're actually only going to be taking half of the stock to Joe Fest. So you're not guaranteed you're going to get one on the website because I'm pretty sure they're going to sell out quick.
Yeah.
I mean, the SDS series is pretty much sold out in 3 days. The latest, all the re-releases of Kerak and Bone Collector.
That's so crazy, man.
But yeah, Bobby should have. When I say should have ordered more, I mean I don't know what is. I've never really asked him quantities. I don't know about that, but he's not an idiot. He's making his estimations and he's ordering his quantities, and it surprised him that it sold out so fast.
Yeah, like honestly, like looking at
the line's getting bigger than we all kind of realized, really.
So when we ordered SDS, like now that we've released that we can put them up on our site, it's like crap. Orders just kept coming and coming, and like I'm watching this number dwindle, and I'm like, man, maybe we should have ordered just a tad bit more. Like, it's just hard to know,
And I would also like to say that everyone who has ordered figures from the SDS series from Valaverse, all the orders are boxed up, ready to go. So you should have had your shipping notification, and UPS will be turning up tomorrow to ship it all. So, because I was busy kind of signing the retro carded Desert Rats in the conference room, and I came out in the afternoon and I was like, Bobby's got his crew there doing all the pick-in, boxing, all that, and no one was doing anything. I was like, how come Bobby's not losing it? Because he's a tough boss to work for. I thought he'd be storming up and down there because you're all being lazy, and they're like, no, we're done. All the orders are done. They're boxed. They're ready to go. So,
wow.
Yeah, man, the speed with which he's able to ship out orders is impressive to see. So.
Yep, that's another one that I'm coming to Valicon for, right? I got my action points ready right here for Covert Ops Condor. Then I need Warpath Eclipse, and then I need the retro card Desert Rat to complement the actual retro Desert Rat that I have from Dragon.
Have you not been listening, Jeremy?
What?
You're on the blacklist.
You're not getting shit.
Oh, geez. No, I'm not. My money spends, sir. My money spends just as good as anyone else's.
He has action points, damn it.
I have action points. You may be able to take some things away from me, Tony. But this, you can't take these away from me. I make it rain. Action points, sir. All right.
The only thing I want to take away from you, Jeremy, is your virginity.
Oh, my God. Jeez. Louise.
Joe Fest, here we come.
Yeah.
Literally.
I have a son, so that's proof that I've done it at least once. Okay. So
that don't mean you can back on both teams, buddy.
We are the virginity.
Jeremy, virginity rocks, bro.
Exactly.
So my picks for toy of the year, toy of the year predictions. Warpath Eclipse, I do expect it's going to be on my top 5. It deserves to be on kind of everyone's top 5. I think it's really going to depend on who's actually able to get it, because I know a lot of the top 5s that come out, obviously, YouTube channels that do it. If people aren't able to acquire it, they probably won't blow fest. It might not end up on their top 5, but based on the reveals from Valorfest, the 3-day kind of online event, for me, it's going to be that Desert Ops Condor. Mm-hmm. The Praetorian is not coming, I believe, until next year. Mm-hmm. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure.
I know a lot of people are looking forward to that one.
Yeah, but that's going to be a 2024 best of. So for me, yeah, Desert Ops Condor. Other than that, I mean, I went to Walmart and Target with Michael, and I actually went to some ones that were pretty well stocked, and they're like, there was nothing I wanted.
It's rough. The pegs are full, but they're not.
Yeah, it's
not anything you want.
There's one figure that will be on most people's top 5 toy of 2023, but you won't understand why until after I return from the States and make a video. Okay. And that is Sala from the Adventures of Indiana Jones line.
Okay.
I
mean, I know we got the shipment that we got in. It moved very quickly, so I mean, I do see on the other side of that why it could be, but I'm very interested to see that video.
We didn't put any Indiana Jones on our list, did we?
We did not.
Well, most of them are trash. So
yeah.
Especially,
I mean, no ab articulation, single joints, all that stuff, right?
But hey, buy your Indiana Jones figures at helladopetoys.
Yeah, but if you do want them, make sure that you go over to helladopetoys.com and make your Indiana Jones purchases.
We're just people on the internet, man. Where our opinions don't matter at all.
So gentlemen, we're coming up on the 2-hour mark, and I am going to have to get going.
Yeah, that's okay.
I do have a question real quick before I head out of here. Tony, how jacked up are we going to get over the weekend, man? Like, what's what are you thinking, dude?
I'm going to try and actually be well behaved this year.
Right. So a lot of people try a lot of things and are unsuccessful. So,
be surrounded by the 3POA squad. I don't know if that's
yeah, because I do enjoy the libation, right? I do enjoy it. So
yeah. I mean, a lot of people try special forces selection and are unsuccessful, but
me, yeah,
I'm in the 3%.
Yeah, that was me. I totally failed. So. That shit was rough, man.
Yeah.
Well, Jeremy, what do you wanna promote? I know you promoted a little bit, but is there anything that you want to re-hit now that we have a lot more viewers?
Yeah, shameless plugs, right? Promoting tomorrow evening on the 3POA channel. Myself, Ryan, and Tony, Desert Rat in real life, are going to be talking about the classified HasLab reveal, our thoughts on that, and that should be a lot of fun.
Shit, am I live streaming with you again tomorrow?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
You'll probably still be on the blacklist tomorrow. You've been on there for 12 months, bro. No one's rubbed it off.
Sorry, Jeremy.
I
put Laser Pants on the blacklist as well, but I think he still gets sent products. So
yeah, he does, and he acts like a like a 40-something soccer mom and makes scrapbooks about the whole damn thing. So, but yeah, so we got that stream coming up tomorrow night on 3POA. So make sure to tune in for that. It's going to be a blast.
What time is that?
I think it's going to be 7 Central. No, 8 o'clock. No, I'm sorry, 8 p.m. Central time.
So what's that?
That's 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock your time.
Where are you right now?
Yep.
Are you in are you in Jersey? Where are you? Okay, yeah. So
Rhode Island, yeah.
Yeah, so 9 o'clock your time. And then
to be more specific, I'm in a hotel full of crackheads, but
where are you? You at like a Motel 6 or
I'm at a extended stay in Warwick, Rhode Island.
Why didn't you just set up a cot in the Valor warehouse, man?
Yeah, I thought Bobby'd be hosting it. Like, hey, buddy, stay. He's like, nah.
I don't
to the street, my friend.
Sell soiled product, so
okay. So yeah, we got that stream coming up tomorrow. Everybody, put that in your calendar. Make sure you're there. You don't want to miss that. All the pics and all the videos that are coming from the festivities. I'm sorry, festivities of Joseph, aka Valicon, over this weekend, and then probably Monday we're doing Joe's Talking Joe with Chad again, digging into G.I. Joe lore from a combat veteran's perspective. Right.
Sounds
awesome.
Good.
Yep.
All right, so make sure you guys tune into that. Jeremy, thank you. Go do dad duties.
Have fun changing that nappy, bro.
Hey.
And,
yeah.
Jeremy, before you leave, I just want to give a shout out, man. We always appreciate having you on, and you've been an amazing guest. That's why you've been on this channel 3 times now, and then you literally brought us another mystery guest, and you're the gift that keeps on giving.
You guys stream for, so if you're wrapping this up, I can just fuck off as well. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's up to you, man. Like we got.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of time Aaron has, but
I got to go handle dad stuff with a 7-month-old upstairs, but I will be in the chat for sure if you guys keep going. So, and thank you very much for sharing your platform with me, allowing me on your channel. It's a big honor. I appreciate it every single time. You guys are doing fantastic. Like I said, I like to be surrounded by doers, right? People that don't just have an idea, they go and do it. And you guys doing what you're doing with helladopetoys, becoming a distributor and all that stuff. Absolutely love it. You guys are big in the community, and so I try to support you guys as much as we possibly can. So, like I always say, there may be some online toy stores that claim to be bigger and badder, right? But you should always check out people that are inside our own community. Check out helladopetoys.com. Check out hardtofindtoys.com with my good friend Renee, fellow Houstonian, fellow Army vet as well. And I would definitely appreciate that.
Absolutely. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Love you
very
buddy.
much, gentlemen. I will be in the chat. And Tony, I'll see you tomorrow, man.
See you tomorrow.
All right, now that guy's gone. The real show could start.
He's still here frozen. Well, Tony, if you have to run away, like normally we wrap this up at 2 hours, but you're a special guest, and we feel honored. I don't have to be up early. Aaron, you got to be up early.
I don't have to be up early.
I don't care.
But Bobby's not picking me up until after he's dropped the kids at school, so that's like 9 a.m. I run on about 5 hours sleep, so I'm good.
Tony's a beast. I just feel bad that you're like out of beer. Like I'm just sitting here enjoying this, and you're like, this was my last beer. I feel awful about this.
I'm pretty sure I can just pop downstairs and buy some crack off someone anyway.
She might. I mean, I don't know what's going to be in that crack, but hey,
we're going to stream all night, fellas.
Let's go. We're going to rager.
Still going to be going when the 3POA goes back on again. It'll be fun.
I've got some plastic crack over here.
Ooh, let's see it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, ooh, Tony bringing the goods. So you cashed in your action points, yeah?
No, I left mine in Australia.
Oh.
He said,
I stole this from the office.
I say, Bobby, you're gonna give me this. that's what's happening.
Tony's like writing stuff and then just
Gator
pocketing.
Toys. What was that figure you just held up before? The Street Fighter one?
Oh yeah, the Ryu. Or I'm sorry, people call it Ryu. I call it Ryu because I'm white and from Ohio.
I don't know the difference.
Yeah.
Do you have Chun-Li?
Chun-Li's not till later on in the year, September.
But we will have a lot of them.
Yes.
Okay.
11.
All right. No,
because
I know
we
my good
learned.
friend Michael French at Retro Blasting is hunting for one, so I don't think he realizes it's not out yet. So
yes, September. Unless Target screws up again like they did with these two, September is supposed to be the date.
Yeah.
But no, that's it. I mean, I know we said this before, Tony. A pleasure to see you finally on the channel. We know we've been bouncing back and forth emails and trying to schedule dates, but the pop-up is great.
Yeah, like so I did a articulated Chad often streams on a Sunday as well.
Yes, right before us. Yeah,
and I was going to do his Road to Joe Fest thing, and he had to move that to a Saturday because I was like, I work Monday mornings, and no, everyone works Monday morning. When you stream Sunday night and I'm in Australia, it's Monday morning. So
yes,
but no, we'll have a proper show when I get back. I'll come on again where give me the opportunity to promote it properly, not just quickly drop it in the live chat and say what's the name of this YouTube channel?
Hey, that's all right. Your people showed up. They're supporting, so we love it no matter what.
Oh, you had a boost in viewers. Good.
Oh, we always have a boost.
Yeah, we a boost.
A bigger boost. They said Tony's here tonight. They show up.
we got some new names in the chat, and that's what matters to us. Like anybody that takes the time to comment in the chat and participate, like. That's really important. And I know we've been really bad tonight about getting to it. We're usually very good about it. But like we're seeing all of it. Like we're anybody that's commenting anything, we're seeing all of it. And while we don't necessarily get to all of it, we appreciate it. And there's a lot of new faces in here, and that's because of you. And that's huge, man. That's how the community grows. So thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, speaking of new names.
So plans of selling HH figure yards and loose collectibles. So we're always looking to add new names to our list. The issue, I'll openly say, the issue is by not being so familiar with what the community wants and having a very small warehouse to hold things. We'll put everything up for pre-order, but if you're not ordering it, and like I said, right now we have everything set up that you put 10% down. You don't have to pay the whole thing, just 10%. That just says, hey, I need to order 50 or I need to order 7. Like it's just a number for me. But I mean, we'll carry whatever you want. Like if you want to get it from us, that is fine. I will bring in every single line that is ever created. But I said if I had the massive warehouse and the crew to support it, I would buy everything, but I can't.
You know what people are pre-ordering though? Valaverse. Hardcore. Holy crap.
There was a message earlier. I can't find it. Hold on.
Aaron, I'm not sure. Is your camera going out of focus or
it is?
It's a gimmick.
It's a daily struggle that we have every Sunday.
I was like, am I getting that drunk?
Maybe.
Living the high life, baby.
Hey, it's the champagne of beers.
Yeah, no,
it's
that's
not that great to be honest, but it's the best.
That's what I used to drink because it was cheap, but the calorie intake was making me too fat, so I had to lower my speed of getting fat and got to the Miller Lite.
Wesley, I believe he's from one of your groups. Says he missed the reissue figures. Well, I can't help you with the exclusives. The reissues we do have on helladopetoys.com. Get them there. As soon as Bobby gets back from Joe or Valicon, we'll get our shipment and we'll get them right out to you. So they are on our website. Go check it out.
So one thing we also appreciate about Valaverse as a distributor is, man, dude ships shit. Like we submit payment, he ships the shit out. Like, again, I've said it before, but he's probably one of the only people that might be faster than us. And we've already talked about people getting their figures in from what was released earlier this week, despite the hardships of the site. But people are already getting their stuff in. Bobby ships out quickly, and we are confident that we will have those soon. So anybody that's pre-ordering anything, we appreciate you, and it's coming. It's a matter of time.
There's a name in the chat here, the Sunny channel. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be streaming in 21 minutes.
This guy hasn't shown up to work for like 3 weeks, man.
Sonny, a pleasure. This comment it is part of our participation, so thank you. If you're going live, we'll make sure we send people your way to check out your channel on the Sunny channel.
And yeah, if you don't watch the Sunny channel, watch it. He does semi-decent reviews, and he lives in a state that's all right. It's fine. So go watch Sunny. He was also in Idiocracy.
He was in Idiocracy.
Oh man, he's actually kind of famous.
He made Crocs a thing. So Tony, they need you to start a GoFundMe to get me a new webcam.
I launched a GoFundMe to try and rescue all of these vintage Palatoy toy commercials from the 1970s.
Mm-hmm.
And that got funded today.
Wow.
We had to raise $9,500 Australian, and we were up to like 8,600. But Bobby had already made a pretty big donation at the start of the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in the conference room signing Desert Rats, and he came in and so it came up in conversation somehow, and he's like, "Well, how much have you got left to go?" And I was like, I don't know, like 800 or 900, like we're almost there. And he walked back in 2 minutes later and he went, "You're funded." And he had literally worked it out down to the last cent what the difference was. And so over the coming weeks and months, I've got 103 really high quality remastered Palatoy toy commercials from the 1970s that will be going up on a non-monetized YouTube channel. So I'm going to try and get a few of them up before Joe Fest. I've got about 10 or 12 here that I can upload, and then the rest of them will be getting sent over via Dropbox in the coming weeks. So
well, congratulations on the funding. I say we've seen all the posts for it. Looking forward to seeing the remastered versions of those, because obviously I was not born yet, but definitely looking forward to it.
When after Bobby did that, I was like, "Hey, all right, Bobby, I need to show you where your money's going." And I've got the original 1978 Palatoy Star Wars commercial, which shows the cardboard Death Star and the first 12 figures and everything.
Oh wow!
And it is like 4K quality, this commercial. So yeah,
awesome. We will definitely share anything that pops up, because like I said, this is something that the people need to see. A lot of stuff going on in the chat. Apparently Sonny is still on hiatus, so he will not be going live in 18 minutes.
I did not know Sonny was on hiatus. He needs to communicate everything that he does with me, so
have his people reach out.
But no, Sonny, when you come back, we love you. We'll still support you, TGIS forever. And then, whenever you come back, we're here.
All right. Some more questions there in the chat. Now, I know the journey's a long one, but they're asking, are you going to be at PowerCon this year? Right here?
No, I won't be at PowerCon. It's very unlikely that I'll be at Joe Fest next year. Like, this is my second year in a row. I'm a very happily married man, and my wife has been incredibly understanding just to let me come here last year I was here for like 2 weeks, but with all the travel, I'm actually away from home for 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I really kind of pushed my luck a little bit coming again this year. I really wanted to bring my wife, but we've got a teenage son. We can't take him out of school outside of school holidays because he's in the last couple of years of high school now. So those are the important years when you're preparing yourself and for, going on to I think he's going to go to like a trade college type thing. So So yeah, it's very unlikely I'll be coming again next year, unless there's some way I can arrange it so that me and the wife can. Because I would love to bring her. I would love her to meet Bobby, Ryan, Michael, Melinda, maybe even you guys. What's there to do in Ohio? Is it worth something?
Hey, we're really good at drinking.
We do that a lot.
So no, I won't be at PowerCon, but everyone, if you can go to PowerCon this year, you need to go, and you need to go to the Valaverse booth. That's all I'll say.
All right. Apparently, spoiler alert, you will be at PowerCon. You're just going to surprise everyone.
Yeah, Ryan's going to be in the Valaverse booth, and he's like, "Here, look, Tony's on my phone." Like,
well, I mean, we didn't say how you were going to be there. You're just going to be there.
Hey, facts are facts, And who knows? You're talking about next year. Maybe we start a new GoFundMe, and it's gets Tony's ass back to the United States for Valicon and PowerCon.
No, I won't do that based on a GoFundMe. If I'm gonna go on holiday, I'll pay for it myself. If I was to come next year, it's very unlikely that I will. But I think next year I would rather come for PowerCon instead of Joe Fest. If Valaverse is going to do, and I think he's going to do very well this year, and I think next year he'll probably do it again. So yeah, we will.
So we are looking very forward to Bobby being, because we're obviously in Columbus, so that's just a stone throw away from where we are.
Yeah, it's ignorantly easy for us to get to PowerCon.
Be able to see the meet Bobby, meet Laser Pants, and some of the others would be a nice check off the list. If you ever make it one day, like I said, it'll be an honor to meet you also. I'm still waiting on that signed figure there, Tony. But yeah, if you make it, we'll make a day out of it. We'll show you around. We got some really good breweries that are locally here in Columbus. So
I literally live next to a brewery, Anheuser-Busch. They turned everyone gay apparently, but that used to be my nightlight as a kid, is this giant Budweiser glowing red tower. But yeah, no, literally, if I tore this wall down, you could see a giant brewery. The smell of the hops is how you know you're home.
Exactly.
Okay. Have you got any cheap extended stays near you where I can buy some crack or?
Oh yeah, plenty. Well, that's also funny. Right around the brewery.
Yep, right down the road.
Yeah. No, gotcha. 2 minutes away. We're in the suburbs and the hood at the same time. It's really weird.
Yep.
Largo from Largo's Lair was saying helladopetoys Action Man is a classic. He loves all that stuff. I don't know if you're watching any of his channel. He's doing a lot of.
Yeah. I'm very familiar with Largo's Lair. Yep. I've promised him an appearance as well.
Okay.
He's doing the. I really like the show he does. Apologies, Jim. I know I'm going to butcher the name here. But he does the show where he, rather than reviewing all of the Valaverse Action Force figures, he actually goes into the lore behind the characters.
Yep, the AF3.
And I said to him a long time ago, when you get around to doing Desert Rat, I'm coming on the show, and I will talk to you about how we kind of came up with, Bobby kind of had this idea, and which we kind of stuck with Bobby's idea. I just kind of tweaked it a little bit from my own experience and came together. And I love my fictional character's relationship with this guy. So yeah.
We'll definitely be looking forward to that, because we love Jim. Jim was one of kind of like our first viewers to the channel when we launched it. So he has supported us, and we always want to make sure we return the love back to him in all of his adventures. So we'll be looking forward to whenever that show is.
Well, it's a fun story about Jim, because it's a full circle thing. Because Tony, I think you popped in on Loose But Complete, and you were talking about us and selling Valaverse and whatnot, and then that extended to 3POA, talking about Hella Dope, and then Jim Largo found us, and when nobody was watching us, Jim Largo was there, and yeah, it grew into a relationship, and like that's wild to me. A seed was planted, and a tree grew. So, and Jim Largo is very much part of that, and you're what led Jim Largo to us. So we appreciate that.
That's cool.
Absolutely.
Very serendipitous. Yeah. Is that
Yeah.
so I use that word correctly? Yeah.
I believe so. I'm not good on the English.
Yeah, I'm an ignorant person. I don't fucking know.
Just in case you do come back to the States and you come to Ohio, my brother there says he may have a hotel room for you when that time comes.
Oh no, I don't need the hotel room. I just need the crack that they sell outside.
Yeah.
I mean it's a package deal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's lots of crack there.
Yeah,
That's his
hotel is with the crack, and it's just kind of one.
Yeah, Jim Largo wasn't on that boat. Like once he found out it was full of crack, he was like, I don't know, there's not enough roosters. We're just like, bruh, we don't know what else to do for you here.
Oh man. Yeah, that's
the chat.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're good.
All right. Well, Tony, we don't want to keep you all night, so I'll say this. What are you looking forward to this weekend?
I really want to get a nice, complete vintage Bespin playset from the Star Wars line. That's for an upcoming video idea that I've got. So that's not exactly what you asked me. That's pretty much like the only toy I'm looking for. But what I'm looking forward to the most this weekend is we were really taken by surprise last year at just how big the queue for the Valaverse booth was on the Friday. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't until we were like fully immersed and swamped in it that we kind of realized. And I'm expecting this year to be, we're scaling up from that. So I really want to be able to kind of just step back for a moment in that first kind of hour or so that the convention's open, take a step back and maybe stand up on a chair and have a look and really soak it in at just how big this line has gotten. Obviously looking forward to meeting all the fans who want to, come up and say hello. And I love the photo opportunity. I love putting faces to names. When people come up and they introduce themselves and then it's like, oh, that's so-and-so on YouTube, that's a really great experience. And I think, and then on the Saturday, there's a private Valaverse dinner for a number of us that will be helping out at the booth, and have helped Bobby out in other ways. And I'm very much articulated ninja is something I'm looking forward to.
Mm. Yeah. Cause you're going to pull off his mask, find out who he really is.
Well,
Scooby-Doo like.
I don't want to give away anything, that's is this a matter of national security in the United States?
No.
I may have spoken to him privately and seen what he looks like. So
under his mask, it's just another mask. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Drew G is asking, is it the Bespin or the Dagobah?
What did I say?
He was looking for a Star Wars playset. He's asking, is it the
Dagobah? Yeah, they didn't make a Bespin. Well, the Bespin playset was a little shitty cardboard one. No, the Dagobah playset.
Okay.
Yoda's Mud Hut, that little playset they made. Yeah.
So is it challenging dealing with Friday? Because Friday, I assume, is the big boom. And everybody wants to meet you, shake hands. I know you've done the outfit.
Not really. As I said last year, we thought it was going to be busy. We weren't expecting it to be that busy. But the good thing with the Friday, like you spend all day setting up, and we started early, and we were kind of done by, I want to say, like 3:30, and then it was just little tweaks here and there, which mostly Bobby was doing. He needs his booth to be perfect, understandably. And then we kind of sat down and we had a bit of a Bobby called it a team meeting. It was like, this is how I want the process to work when the customers are coming through, getting their product. And, but then because the Friday is only open from 5 till 8, it's a mad rush, but it's kind of over pretty quickly.
Mm.
So I'm really looking forward to it, because if it's like last year, whereas the Saturday, it's kind of similar, but it's 9 o'clock in the morning right through till 5. It's a long day, especially when you're standing up all day. And so yeah, I might need. I don't think I took the opportunity to kind of walk around the show last year and like do some shopping for myself until the Sunday. Really, maybe late in the afternoon on the Friday, on the Saturday I did maybe. But yeah, no, the Friday's not really not a drama, because it's only 3 hours. Like, it's absolute chaos, but you can cope with 3 hours. So yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it.
See, I'm torn because I feel guilty here, because I want to release you back to the wild, but at the same time I'm super greedy about it, because I'm like, I have fucking analog toys on my fucking channel, and I just want to go 7 hours. I don't want to do that, but
I'm good. I'm good to go for another 30 minutes if you want.
Let's go.
Aaron, are you good for another 30 minutes?
30 minutes. I'm good.
That'll get me to midnight here, or just before midnight. I am good to go.
Yes. Yeah. No, I don't have to get up early. All right, cool. We're gonna do another 30 minutes. So chat. What do you want to bombard Tony with, man? What do you want to harass him about? Laser Pants, this is your time, man. Get those snipes in, my man.
All right. While you do that, I'm gonna go grab me another drink then, and I'll be right back.
All right, cool. So, Tony, what are you gonna do after Joe Fest? So you had a long trip here, and then not only do you have a long trip here, you have a long journey just getting to Valicon. Lots of meetings, lots of traveling. You've been here, you've been there. So when you get home, how much time do you have to recover, or are you like just getting back to it?
So I'm going to be heading back to Retro Blasting after Joe Fest. And then I'm flying out of Atlanta Airport Tuesday evening. I think Michael's going to take me to the airport kind of late afternoon on the Tuesday. So yeah, so after Joe Fest, I still get another couple of days with my very dear friends at Retro Blasting, and then I fly out Tuesday night. I've got a 14-hour flight to Doha in the Middle East. I've then got a 10-hour layover. I only had a 3-hour layover on the way here, but I paid extra to go in the business lounge this time. So got a 10-hour layover there, then another 11-hour flight to Perth, which is kind of the city where all my family are. My dad's going to pick me up. I'm going to stay at his for the night, because the next flight to where I live in Port Hedland in the middle of bumfuck nowhere is the next morning. So I leave here Tuesday night and I don't get home until Friday morning. That's how long the journey is to get home.
Holy crap. Now, I know you have a wife and child. Are you FaceTiming every day or anything like that, staying in touch, or you're just like, nah?
Pretty much twice a day. So because of the time difference, so I called my wife just before Bobby started his hockey game. So it was about 7:30 here, which is 7:30 tomorrow morning there. My wife was working, so she's up pretty early. So she starts work at 6. So I only spoke to her for like a couple of minutes. But then when I wake up tomorrow morning, whatever time that is, that'll be Monday evening where she is. So normally I get up in the morning, go and grab a coffee, and then I sit down. I talk to her for about half an hour. But my son, no, I think I sent him a message on Snapchat once in the last week. That's it.
So
he's 16. He's got other interests.
I like that Bobby made you go into the headquarters all day and sign stuff, and then was like, "Hey, bro, you're gonna watch me play hockey now." Just had to go there, and
he didn't force me, because I think he's got a game tomorrow as well, and he's like, what do you want to stay at the office signing figures, because I've got a lot of figures to get through. I'm about a third of the way through. Do you want to stay here doing this, or I can drop you at your hotel, or you can come? And I was like, I'll come and watch the game tonight, but I won't be watching his game tomorrow because I'm going to be on Loose But Complete instead. So I think I'm gonna stream from the office. So Bobby will probably come back and pick me up after the game tomorrow and then take me home. So
What are you doing with your downtime? Because, like I said, right now you're just
I
in a
haven't got
random
any
hotel.
downtime. I don't have any downtime. So the very brief bit of downtime I had this week, I used to make that Eclipse video that I put out, the Warpath Eclipse video. Yeah, and that's it. I'm not. I don't have. I think tomorrow I have a little bit of downtime because I've been getting picked up about 8 o'clock, and I'm not getting picked up till 9 tomorrow. So, yeah, so I'll get up in the morning. I'll call the wife, and I might start uploading some of these Palatoy commercials. Yeah.
That's exciting. Like again, the fact that got funded is a really awesome deal because I know that's something you're incredibly passionate about, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
you know,
100%.
you literally do a show in regards to Palatoy, you know, and
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. That so how is that working? Do you own the rights to that now, or?
Well, I don't think anyone really owns the rights to it because Palatoy doesn't exist anymore. But that was kind of one of the reasons why I didn't want to put them on Analog Toys and monetize them, because it's not my original content. Like, I didn't film them or anything. So it was a very complicated process for me to come up with a way that we could secure the original prints and the digital copies, that people could get to see them, and the man who actually spent a lot of his own money and his time and effort about eight or 9 years ago, restoring all of these film prints, cost him a lot of money to do that. You know, and yeah, I chatted with Bob Breakin, you know, Palatoy's chief toy designer for 17 years. He was there. Yeah, we came up with this plan where kind of everybody won. The guy who rescued these commercials 9 years ago, he's going to get his money back. The original prints are going to go to the Wright Heritage Society, and over the coming weeks and months, everyone's going to get to see these amazing commercials. So everybody won. I'm proud that I was able to do this, but I'm more proud of the community for actually rallying together and supporting this fundraiser, because I was just in a lucky position where I had kind of online met this guy about 8 or 9 years ago because I'd done the Action Man documentary. And I was just very lucky that when he was ready to now move them on, I was the first person he reached out to. So I was kind of put in that position. But yeah, to see the way the communities came out in their droves, and it's not just the credit to everyone who donated, because I know, you know, times are tough. Some people can't. But I was seeing everyone that I was friends with on social media was sharing the links on their Facebook pages. They were sharing them in toy groups. And, you know, that's so valuable, because living in the modern world we live in with social media, and, you know, so every week I learn of a new YouTube channel that's popped up reviewing Marvel Legends and new figures. And, you know, there are so many channels out there now and all of this stuff. When you're trying to do something like that, it can get drowned out by the rest of the noise, I suppose. But yeah, everyone came together and supported it, and I want to thank all of them. I know Bob is very, very happy that we've been able to reach this goal. And so what's going to happen? I need to go through the process of withdrawing the funds from the GoFundMe and then send it to this guy. He's then going to, through Dropbox, send me all the digital copies. But he's met Bob Breakin before. He's going to meet him in person and hand over the 3 rolls of original 35mm film prints to Bob. And I've asked them to get a few photos that I can share. And then Bob's going to have the honor of giving these to the Colville Heritage Society, where they'll be preserved for future generations to enjoy. So really cool.
That's great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's some things here in the chat. I think some more people from your group there. HGC says met Tony Laser Pants Sound etc. at Icon con last year for a second chance with the sun. Tony is super nice, cool dude. Happy to see everyone again this Saturday at Joe Valicon.
That's awesome. HGC, what's your real name?
What's your
You
name,
didn't come up to
buddy?
me at Iconicon and say your name was HGC. So
Also,
that was a good fun day.
Also, Drew G says you could do commentary over the original video for content because then it would be technically new content because you're going over it.
Well, I do think I will be doing some kind of a follow-up video where I discuss the whole project and go over some of these commercials and the whole process of how they were found, restored, scanned. I covered some of that in the video that I did to promote the campaign in the first place. But yeah, I'll be doing something. But the actual standalone commercials will be available on the channel's called the Palatoy TV Advert Vault. And yeah, I want to get probably 2 or 3 commercials up before Joe Fest that people can see.
All right. His name is
Herb Coates. Yes,
yes.
I remember.
He also make sure you pronounce the H. He's American. Yep. That's good. Awesome. So like I said, you've been here for, you said you've been here almost a week now, a little over a week.
9 days I've been here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I'm halfway through the trip.
So I know you're here for like the con, but like, is there anything you would ever want to do in the United States, like just on a visit, like a true vacation?
Yeah, not get shot.
Like, well, I mean, you are on the East Coast.
You picked the wrong hotel, sir.
I hope you brought Kevlar in that bag with you.
It's fine. He's Desert Rat. He's fine. This is a whole movie setup right here. Tell Bobby the next Valaverse movie is Desert Rat in the fucking extended stay hotel.
With all the crackheads and
yeah.
The bad things. I think I imagine how this goes, and I would love to see it live. Like just make a whole movie for it.
Yeah. Desert
Rat sitting out in the lobby with his gun scoped. Got crackheads left and crackheads right. God damn. Yep. Go ahead. Just go ahead and make it. It's good.
I would really like to go to Montana.
I've never heard that before in my entire life. Why?
Because I watch Yellowstone. I like Yellowstone.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, because most people don't say like, yeah, I want to go to Montana. Like,
it just looks like a really cool place. But I would want to go there and just be able to, like, go hiking and camp outside for a little bit, and yeah,
that's awesome. So,
the people are speaking.
Okay, I'll shut
up. Jeremy says, if you don't play Desert Rat in the movie, we riot.
I hope so, because look, you know what Hollywood movie studios are like. I think I could do an okay job, but they're going to want someone with acting experience. I would appreciate a cameo in it, but I will be very, very, not that I have any say in it, but no, I should have a say because it's based on me. But
right,
I'll be very, very picky about who plays the character. The name that gets thrown around more than any other is Jason Statham, and I'm dead against that idea because I don't think Jason Statham is an action star. He's not an actor. I don't think he could play, the character that me and Bobby created. He has a lot of issues. He's a very flawed character. He's an alcoholic. He's a highly experienced combat vet, and with that comes a lot of PTSD and that kind of thing. It's like it's an exaggerated version of myself, but we created this really, really awesome character, Laser Pants, I have seen Crank. You can.
It was funny because I was actually thinking about that as you were saying that, and like that would be almost in my like the same idea. But I mean, I loved Crank, but I loved it for all the wrong reasons. But I mean, I don't know. When I see the idea of like what you're creating, I mean, I could see it being an action movie, but then you have like those moments where like, you have the flashbacks of like the things he's gone through and like life right now. We can talk about this when we bring you back because I would love to dive deeper into like the Desert Rat story for sure.
Yep.
But no, I mean, I'm just saying Jason Statham would be a good idea.
I already have the thumbnail made for you for when you do officially come on the show.
Okay.
And that's Desert Rat at a bar, smoking a cigarette, looking hella annoyed because I have to have the Hood figure there, and the Hood's being annoying for whatever reason. There's also a secondary shot where you may or may not have like slaughtered a bunch of people for the right reasons, and you're smoking a cigarette, and the Hood is freaking out about it. There's two shots already made.
So what we need is that Laser Pants head figure, and then we just throw that in there.
You know, I'm waiting. I sent Ryan a mug.
Yeah, a little mug for a little head. Mm-hmm.
I was just trying to get a little head from Ryan, but I also don't know how to paint either. So there's that.
Just make the thumbnail black and white. No one will know the difference.
Oh yeah, spot on, sir. Look how creative you are.
Big brain thinking right there.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I didn't want to bring this up. Certainly not live with all these people watching, but I have noticed that both Laser Pants and Jeremy have a hella dope mug.
Whoa, Tony.
Oh, I gotta go, guys. Hey, this is a great show.
Oh, yep, great show, guys. helladopetoys.com. Get your special deployment series. Tony, if we can find a way to get you a mug safely to Australia, we will.
That's the scary part.
I don't drink out of mugs that big because I drink tea, and you need to make tea in smaller cups. But
yeah, these things are huge.
You guys have got the SDS series, yeah?
Yes.
You've got the Desert Troopers and the Desert Gear Packs?
Yes.
As soon as Bobby ships it, yep, we'll have it.
Yes.
So let me show you something.
Okay, let's go.
Get a little sneaky peek.
So this is...
Hold on, let me pull you up on the full screen. And Aaron already beat me to it.
So this is Desert Rat's torso. That's why the neck's painted the flesh color. But I popped the arms off here because obviously Desert Rat's got the tattoo, which is only Desert Rat's. So if you do the heat it up in, I just heat it up in warm tap water. You do the boil and pop at this joint here, at the bicep joint, and take those arms off the Desert Trooper. You didn't do that with Condor.
That is nice. And that is the Desert Gear Pack, right?
That's Desert Rat's vest.
Oh, okay.
And Desert Rat's belt. That's the med pouch from the Desert Gear Pack, the rifle from the Desert Gear Pack, and so it's got the different boots. So that's the Desert Trooper boots. So it's like a combination of the two.
Awesome. So kit bashing right there, brought to you by the one and only Analog Toys. So make sure you guys get that SDS. You get off some cool kit bashing.
Yeah, and if you want to do the kit bashing, if you don't want to use the masthead and you need that flesh colored neck piece, you're going to have to go and buy the remake because there's not many left. You've got to buy the remaining stock of Desert Rat figures just to get the torso of the flesh colored neck.
Well, I have to buy a new Desert Rat because I opened mine. You're literally sitting right here in this detail, right down here.
Cool.
You're right there in front, by the way, on those amazing Valiverse stands. But now I need a box version because I told Aaron, I was like, well, I'm not opening this because I might run into him one day. And then like I realized, I'm like, he's only here once a year. And I'm nowhere close to, Valicon.
Do you know anyone who's going to Valicon though?
I think we have Renato, right? Wrenchnato. Correct.
Wrenchnado's going. Yeah. Well, I mean,
but
Bobby
that's it.
is coming to PowerCon, which will be at PowerCon.
Yeah.
So, you work that
Yeah.
out there.
I don't
He's-
know. Maybe
Already
I
got me a
can.
little something on the side.
Maybe I can order one from Bobby and have him write a note, and then I don't know if there's enough time for that. But one day, sir, I'm gonna have one. We're gonna work this out. I just wanted to run into you in the grocery store. That was really the dream. I was just like, "Oh, hey, you're Tony," and he's like, "Oh, hey, you're Ted," and I'm like, "Yeah," and that was how it was gonna be. That's my headcanon right there.
That's his movie script.
That's what it was.
and you just happen to have your like I
just happen to have my
I just happen
figure.
to have just around the and I just happen to have a gold marker in my
just
pocket.
with sparkles and
Because
everything.
I'm always signing autographs at the grocery store.
Yeah, exactly. And my wife's like, "Don't bother him. He's busy. He's at the grocery store." And I'm like, "Nah, fuck you, bitch. I'm doing this." Yeah, the stars aligned. But yeah, one day.
I reckon Ryan might sort you out with something.
Yeah, Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan.
Jeremy.
I could personalize it on the front when I autograph it and say, "This is a hella dope toy, Desert Rat."
Don't tease us like that, sir.
You know what? I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna make Ryan take it back to Seattle and then post it to you.
He's coming to Columbus. We'll see him soon, whether he likes it or not.
Exactly.
Oh man, Ryan is probably not looking forward to PowerCon because he's going to have to deal with both of us for like 4 days. Like we're gonna be there Thursday while nobody's there, being like, "Hey Ryan, what you doing?" And
we're
then
just setting up our booth.
Saturday, Sunday, like, "Hey Ryan, you want to go get a beer?" And he's like, "No, I don't.
I'm trying to go back home.
Trying to get away from you fucking assholes.
Take your goddamn figure."
But yeah,
Ryan,
no, that would be an ultimate
Ryan's a
punishment
lightweight
for
when it
Ryan.
comes to drinking.
Well, he said he went home at like 8 p.m. So
Yeah,
it is what it
we
is.
just gotta get our drinking done early. That's all that means.
Exactly. We bring flasks at Hella Dope. Like we're not running that booth sober, guys. That's not a thing. We just push buttons.
Exactly. Push a button, pay here.
Yeah, it's easy. It's fun. Technology does all of it. We started drinking at 9 a.m.
9 a.m. the previous day.
Yeah.
Well, apparently Ryan has hired Axion and security to keep us 50 yards or more for the weekend.
That was a smart move. Always one up in us. That Ryan.
I mean, now you do understand that we have home field advantage. We know all the ins and outs.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like we were raised in that building, friends. We know all the vents and everything. We'll just drop down from the ceiling.
Yep.
It's fine.
I'll have Mission Impossible music going in the background. It'll be good.
Nobody running our booth. It's fine.
Take whatever you want. It's fine.
It's fine.
Maybe you pay for it. Maybe you don't. Whatever. We'll hash it out later.
Yeah.
And
yeah. So
Ryan says he needs his beauty sleep. That's why he goes to bed at 8 p.m. It's fine.
Shit, me too. But hell, here we are.
So, do you guys do pre-orders for the Valaverse stuff?
So the way that Bobby did it this time, we had no choice. Like before, he sent us like the order that we needed, and we just sold it right away.
Yeah, because we were late on it. Yeah, like it was already out.
Yeah, because he wanted to do something different on the SDS line.
I don't mean like how it works with you and Valaverse, with your customers. I mean, so you've got some stock coming in. Have you got pre-orders on your side, or do you just put it up?
Yeah, so we put them up as pre-order more as an idea of what to order. So when I call Bobby and I say, "Hey, Bobby, this is what I need," but usually I kind of like we're getting the idea now that no matter what number I tell him, I need to add more to it. Yeah, because I said right now that SDS line, I did not think it. I mean, I knew it was going to be big. I didn't realize it was going to be that big.
We've been getting blown up all day, but yeah, no. So Bobby doesn't like the pre-orders. So once he went live, we waited a few days.
Yep.
And then when we threw up the pre-orders, and
And
He
by a
didn't
few
yell at
days,
us. So
when the site crashed, I put it live.
and that's as I said, the site crashing is a sign of success.
Oh yeah. If your site's not crashing,
So
you're doing something.
yeah, exactly. And you know what? You know what happened? Bobby sold out, and then they all tried to crash our shit too.
Yeah.
And you know what? Today they were actually pretty close. It was a wild day for pre-orders, and again, you can't see it. There's a stack right here, just a stack of shit going out tomorrow.
I'm sure there is.
It is wild, but yeah, a lot of it was pre-orders today, and a lot of it was Valaverse, and a lot of people going deep on those army builders, man.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So
and the weapons packs.
I was packing orders for a few days. You've got some very enthusiastic fans who are buying like 12 Desert Troopers, 12 Desert Gear packs, and that's the whole order. That's the order. But I think the most common thing that I picked was Bone Collector and Carrick.
Yes.
One of them and one of them. Yep.
Yes.
And I think a lot of it's, people who like myself, Ted included, where we kind of came in late to the game. So by the time Series 1 was already done, so we couldn't get it. So we jumped in right at Series 2. Concord will be the awesome figure. Bone Collector, which seems like everyone wants. Carrick, everybody wants. And then who doesn't want more guns? Like, you gotta have guns. You gotta have, your Desert Troopers. So like, we see it now. Like future lists and waves. Like I've mentally marked in my brain and in my computer, order more. It literally says in a spreadsheet. No matter what you do, order more.
Yeah, we definitely learned that the hard way. And, aside from Valaverse, it is also very much this.
Yes.
That's why we ordered 10 times more Chun-Li's than what we ordered with this. So maybe I can get a Chun-Li. I can't get any of this, though.
Nope.
I cannot buy that from Helladope right now, and that is sad.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen them in stores anywhere since I've been here. So,
well, the problem was the Targets leaked it out early, and I think what ended up happening was they scrambled and said, "Well, now that people know that they're out, we had to move up the timetable."
Yeah,
because it wasn't supposed to come out till later on this month, so they just put them all out now. So they've been shipping out. Like, I was actually quite shocked that we got the notification that was coming, and then was pissed that the Fei Long was not coming with it.
Yeah,
because they're supposed to come out at the same time.
So, Tony, we got about 9 minutes left. What do you want to promote, sir?
helladopetoys. That's why I'm here.
We love this, man.
Everyone who is going to Joe Fest needs to be at the Valaverse panel. It's going to. No, I'm not going to say. It is going to be the. If you're into collecting modern action figures, it is going to be the biggest event of the year across all companies and brands and franchises. You're not going to miss it. And if you aren't at Joe Fest, stay tuned. We will try and get the recording of the entire panel up on the Valaverse YouTube channel as quickly as we can. It will be up by some time on Saturday night.
We will definitely be looking forward to that. Because
I'll be waiting for that.
Yep.
I will watch it at work. That is how committed that I am. I will be at work, working, watching it on my phone.
Ryan says he'll probably skip it, but yeah.
That sounds like something he'd do.
Anything else? You got any channels or anything like that you need to shout out? Your YouTubes or whatever?
Well, certainly the new channel that I've set up for these commercials. It's called the Palatoy TV Advert Vault. It's amazing that I've started this channel and it's got like over 100 subscribers and it doesn't even have a video on there yet. But go and subscribe because you won't want to miss out. Coming up, as I said, over the next several weeks and months, We've got 103 beautifully remastered vintage toy commercials. This is not stuff recorded from VHS tapes or anything. This is from the original 35mm film prints. It's high definition quality, and Ryan just reminded me I'm supposed to promote the show tomorrow. I'm on Loose But Complete.
Yes, tomorrow
I
9
am going to struggle through another appearance with Jeremy just so I can shit on Hasbro.
Let me tell you, it sounds awful, and I'm sorry you have to go through that, especially when you're on vacation. You know.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure it'll be a fun show. And I hope it's cool, but I'm going to be very, very critical of the price point. So,
yeah. I mean, I think you and everybody else are on the same boat. I mean, they have to hit this right on the nail. Like if they overprice this, it's gonna fail. Unless it's, I don't know. G.I. Joe fans, I mean, they show up. No, so it may work, but I don't know. You overprice this, I think this is where they draw the line.
Yeah.
No matter what it is.
Yep.
The beginning of the end. Anything else, Tony, that you would like to promote?
I'm trying to think what stuff I've got coming up. I definitely want to promote the retro Desert Rat action figure. I've been signing them all day, and I'm only about a third of the way through the stock. So Bobby has bought equal quantities of carded figures and loose figures. The loose figure is made in the 5 POA style, like the original Palatoy Action Force was made. Obviously, the carded version, the card back looks very much like the same color scheme and everything as the original card back. But it was made in collaboration with Stan Solo, who does some really incredible custom Star Wars figures and reproductions. Chris Smith, Bobby kind of gave pointers here and there, but it's really Chris Smith's design to do it in that particular scale. It's a stunning figure. I hope it's very popular for both companies. I hope it's a success for both Valaverse and for Stan Solo. And one of the big videos that I'm working on, which will kind of go into production when I get back to Australia, I'm doing this video about the vintage Kenner Star Wars, everything from Dagobah, which is why I need that play set. So I'm going to be talking about the variants of Bespin Luke, even though he's on Dagobah, they called him Bespin Fatigue, but whatever. The variants of that figure, the variants of Yoda, the play set, sensor scope, R2D2, all of that stuff. But Stan Solo has also got a custom Star Wars action figure coming out, it's in the Kenner style. It's Luke Skywalker, Dagobah training, so with the jacket removed in the vest. So when that figure, which I believe is being released in the next couple of months, that will all kind of be incorporated into that big upcoming video. So
it's awesome, man. You got a busy schedule. Got a lot of stuff coming out here.
Look, I really enjoy running Analog Tour. Like my day job, I have a lot of responsibilities. I work very hard, I try and look after my family as best I can. But yeah, I love what I do on Analog Toys. So just like making those videos and talking about all the shit we like to collect. So,
well, despite what some people may think, I consider you a pillar of the community. So please keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, some people think I'm an asshole, but
Well, I mean, sometimes you can be, but we can all be assholes, and
absolutely, yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Some people fucking deserve it.
Yep.
Just saying.
Yep.
Aaron, do you have anything that you need to promote?
Oh, helladopetoys.
Interesting.
Valaverse SDS is on the site right now. As soon as ValaCon is over, we should receive our shipment. So make sure you lock in your orders now so we get those out to you guys. Also, check out all the other cool stuff that we've got on the site right now. Robo Force, I believe Biker Mice from Mars actually got pushed up in date. So if that is a thing that you're into, get those orders in. They come with the helmets. Also heard that the bikes will come out next year. So get them while you can. Also, check us out. Next week, we'll be live every Sunday. I'm back. No more weird vacations yet. But that's all I got. Sir, what about you?
So I want to give a shout out to our moderator, Action Figs. He last week took our time slot because you were away and I was lonely. So he took our time slot with his son Luke.
Kiss. Okay.
Yeah, whatever. It's a fucking disco band. So he fucking had a live stream with his son Luke. He had on Mr. Wonderful. He had on Mr. Jeremy J. He had on me briefly. But the beautiful part about that show was when all of us assholes left, and it was Ed and his son talking about toys. And they are going to continue that tradition every Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. I think it's every Wednesday. Maybe it's every other Wednesday. I don't know. Talk to Ed. He's in the chat. He's going to post up a link for his own shit. But go check out Axion Figs and his channel with his son. Really cool stuff. And then watch their premiere last week, where not only did they have way more viewers than us on our first show because they had at least one person there, but they also didn't have any sound issues, and they had like guests. It's a whole thing. And then outside of that, next week we have the team from Unboxing Art. So we have Unboxing Art and Cox Creates coming and hanging out. After that, we have Highly Articulated and Brick Something coming and hanging out. I think we're going to take a week to just do us. Maybe Tony will pop in. Who knows? And then
the quest.
The quest for PowerCon begins in July is a wild month. We're
When's
just
PowerCon?
August 11th through 13th.
Yes.
That's quick. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Bobby and Ryan are gonna be tired. They don't know. They don't know, man.
It's a quick turnaround. Yeah.
We get pretty tired at Joe Fest, so yeah.
Yeah, no, they're gonna get their asses whooped there at Valicon, and then be like, "Fuck, we have to go to fucking PowerCon too and deal with these hella dope assholes." Because booth selection's coming up soon, and then we're gonna plop our table right next. It's like, hey guys, we're on the Delver. I'll be by the restrooms. I'll be in front of the poop line.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it, guys. That's all I have. Check us out next week, 9 p.m. every week. Outside of that, I love you all. Tony, thank you so much for joining us, man. Huge
my pleasure, man. It's been a ton of fun.
The ultimate fucking mystery guest, right? Fucking amazing. All right.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Love you all. Goodbye.
On that bombshell.